Well, big up, and welcome to all Liverpool fans. I'm sure that we will be joined by some trolls and some of the neutrals and the rivals, but all the same, we do not hide, and we will always hold our heads up. So shout out to those OGs and proper Reds out there that are joining us and showing the support for each other to converse, talk about what they felt about the game, kind of vent a little bit, keep it, all in perspective, obviously, and try our best to be as respectful as we can possibly do in a match that I'm sure has ruffled some feathers in the liver birds of all of us. So I have Lee with us. We have JK. I believe Nalante is going to be joining us shortly as well, as he helps mediate some of the ruckus that is going on Brian's channel. And Lee, how are you doing today? Despite all things considered, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly well, considering it was painful and deeply disappointing the way the last 20 minutes went. But we just got to deal with it, haven't we? I'm just really fretting now for our chances at the Champions League and hoping that United and Chelsea's new manager bounce doesn't last endlessly, or at least until the end of the season. Let's hope it runs out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I agree with that. I understand. We'll talk about that more, certainly. JK, how are you?
No, I'm okay, bro. First of all, I'd like to say big up to the chat as always. Lee Wizkid, Helo, Red Armchair, and everyone else in the chat.
Yes,
I'm disappointed, bro.
Yeah, disappointment is certainly almost an understatement, pretty much. Considering that we had the game in our hands, and we let it slip like sand out of our hands.
Bro, it's like we'll talk more deeply later, but for me, a common trait in the last 2 months or so is the amount of times we let the last 10 minutes of a game go to the opposition. It's like we lose all our mental mind of the game, and we allow for the opposition to have the ball. For me, there's one secret in football. If the opposition hasn't got the ball, there's less chance of them scoring. And we don't seem to really understand that. Fair enough if it's 3-1 up, or even 2-1 up, maybe they get the ball, but when you're winning, you don't really want to give the opposition the ball, and we're doing that same mistake again and again, and that's annoying.
Yeah, there's a lot of points you guys are making. Make sure I get some of these points down too.
Late enough in the game when we went 1-0 up, and those words left me lips. That's a goal worthy of winning any game.
Yeah, simple.
And it was, but unfortunately, football's not like that, is it? Like, that's not how it works. And even though there was not that long left to go, I just didn't feel confident that we'd hold on, and we didn't. I actually reacted quite well to the equaliser, considering I thought maybe there was a chance we could go on and get a late winner 2-1, but they never give us a chance after the equalised. They had the upper hand, and we couldn't come back from it mentally. Like Jay was just alluding to, that mentality thing's gone. That one goal just sort of we weren't strong enough, to fend them off, and defend our point.
And the common trait also is that it's coming. Their opposition goals are coming from our mistakes. We'll give her a corner away. We'll give a throw-in away. We'll give a penalty away. And these mistakes are costing us guaranteed top 4 Champions League next season. For me, the league title was done a long time ago. I just didn't want to admit it because it's Arsenal. Everyone's saying, City are 6 points behind Arsenal. City are crap. That was probably one of the worst City teams I've seen in a while. Let's be real. They weren't great. And that's what I'm disappointed in. If it was a great City team, I'd be like, you know what? it is what it is. This City team was there to get battered today. Haaland did two things in the game. One, set up a goal. Two, scored the penalty. That's what he did all game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was pretty much shut down for the most part today.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just feel I've seen Arne Slot saying a few times, like in games at the end of games, slow it down. And I'm thinking, when you play for Liverpool, slowing it down ain't really come in your DNA. It's like we'll slow it down if there's a big goal lead. If there's a 3 or 4, like 2 goal lead, you can slow it down. But if it's just like a 1 goal lead, straight away what happens? The opposition are going to jump on that and try to score an equaliser. And I think sometimes the players don't really want to slow it down, because Arne Slot, you've seen him say it on the touchline, slow it down, and we ain't done it. We just carried on or whatever. So for me, slowing it down is a thing. When the opposition are on top of the game, you can slow it down quickly. So the energy changes a little bit. You know, when a team's all over you for about 5-10 minutes, and then it's non-stop, but all of a sudden you get the ball. You pass square, slow it down a bit. Cool, do it. But not when you're winning. You know?
Yeah.
Go for the second.
I think today, like, there wasn't a lot of like substitutions we could make that were going to have any real effect. Like, the only thing was bringing Curtis on, and I think, like, after we scored, like, you know, for a while we still played on with the same 11 we started with, and I sort of seen why he was doing that, because he probably thought keeping Cozy on, we could hit them on the break, finish them off 2-0. It didn't work out that way, like, but there wasn't a lot we could do from the subs bench today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, we didn't need to make that Jones sub. I think it sort of the game changed then. I'm not saying it's Jones's fault, but
yeah. Well,
when
that was
Gakpo on the pitch.
Well, I get what you're saying. I can say that maybe Jones has a purpose in being subbed in, and that purpose wasn't present when he was subbed in, I guess, if you know what I mean. Like, as in what he would be bringing to the game wasn't the factor that we needed. We needed something. We needed some pace. We needed something electric. We needed something that kind of, you know, that a wild card style, like, you know, resilience, or something like a wild card type, you know, something that we've seen from Elliott or Nunez, or, you know, something that you don't expect, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, you know, like that is what we needed today. And giving it to Jones is going to certainly bring control, or maybe even allow for you to, like, be able to, you know, proceed with the buildup a little bit easier or better. But that's not what you necessarily needed. Maybe Chiesa was more likely a earlier sub than Curtis, in my opinion, than Curtis.
Yeah. Same
because
for me.
I think Chiesa is more of that wild card factor that you could get out of a player if you're going to bring a player on. That's just my opinion, but yeah.
I think today for me also, bro, is I don't think Wirtz played well. He let me down today, man.
Yeah, he looked out of it. He looked out of it. He looked out of it.
You know when you watch football for so long, you know when a player with his first touch of the game, if he's on it, if you know what I mean, and Wirtz early on when he was touching the ball, I was like, he didn't seem to be at the races. First half, I tell you the truth, that was pretty poor. Let's be honest. Second half, much better. Should have wrapped up the game, because, like, for me, when you're one of your players scores a screamer like that free kick, you're going to do the utmost to make sure that goal's the winner. We don't seem to have that mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that game should have been wrapped up today, 100%. And what we're doing now is we're just making that part of the season where top 4 conversations and all that bullshit that goes on with it. Oh, it's annoying. We shouldn't even be involved in them sort of conversations, man. I've got to say, Arne Slot's league form this season, really bad. We've lost 3 games at home this season in the Premier League, is it? Man City, Man United, and Forest. So
Yeah.
that's not good enough for me now. But can you blame Arne Slot for Alisson doing what he did? For Ekitike maybe missing that 1-2 with Salah.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He should have
scored that.
The header that he had. That was just that's a tap in header, practically. I guess if you want to call it.
Yeah,
that.
I looked at it a few times.
It
was that spin on the ball, wasn't it? Ekitike's header. He put too much on it. Maybe if he'd have had softer contact, like he could have got it on target. But even if he'd have scored there, I doubt we'd have won today. I mean, was a bit in front earlier, like, but if we couldn't hold on to a win after scoring on 75 minutes or something, then it's not likely that it would have happened if we'd have went in front like earlier.
Hi, Yusuf and Jimmy. How you cool, bros?
Yeah, Yusuf, Jimmy, hi, Lord Trudon.
Hi, everyone
in the chat. Lee Wizkid, big up all of you that are with us. We have about 30 people in the chat right now. I'm sure that some of you might be partaking in other streams earlier or something like that, but appreciate that you've stopped over to give your thoughts, give your contributions to this channel, and also maybe have a little bit of a calmer decorum in our approach here. But I'm sure that we will get a little bit turned up. I'm sure. Big up to Red Armchair Supporter as well.
Game was important today.
Yeah, it was an important game. It was for both teams though. But for both teams, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is certainly one that leaves a bitter taste in everyone's mouth, I'm sure, because this wasn't a demolition. It wasn't even a mismatch, to be honest with you. It wasn't. It was a night where Liverpool were, I believe, outclassed from the very first minute in this game, for all the way up to about halftime. I would say it looked like very, very poor play. Didn't look like we could control the ball. Didn't look like we were engaged. We didn't have a little bit of a bite when it came to our pressing or the likes. And then finally, I will admit that the actual free kick from Szoboszlai, maybe he has heard what I said that one time when I said, well, maybe we should take Szoboszlai off penalties. Well, he has definitely been like, hey, bro, listen to what I look and see what I can do.
Before he hit it, I was like, there's no way you could do another Arsenal. And it was quite different to the Arsenal one, but it was about the same range.
It was.
I was going off the head, like I was saying, it was closer in now. It was closer in, but you had to take it from there. That's miles out there. And then it ended up in the net. It was just the way he watched it. I love that replay, the way he watched it, before it started moving and then just started running away as it started to curl to the post.
It was I don't know if you guys call it the same thing, but we call it like in baseball, there's a pitch called the knuckleball. Okay. The knuckleball means that you actually, when you put the baseball in your hand, you use your knuckle. You don't hold the ball like that. You put your knuckles on the ball, and that means the ball will it'll do weird things. It'll move weird. You know what I mean? Like it'll seem like it's going left, and then all of a sudden it just drops right or dips like one way or another. And tough to. That's what that free kick did. That ball was going. When you watch its path, you could see that it is going. It looks like it's going left, and then all of a sudden, it's almost as if someone has a remote control, and it's like it goes straight to the right. And that's why Donnarumma was just like stuck. Like he was. You could see that he's off his line. He's ready for it. He's challenging Dom to say, okay, if you can do that, hit one of these posts, then have at it. But I'm not. I'm gonna be here ready for this. And that ball looks like it's coming straight at him. And when it dips, he just kind of looks and just says, you can see like his aura.
Yeah, that replay was beautiful when you watched him. He was like, okay, it's coming straight for me. I can go for this. And then it started to move and he went, bollocks.
Yeah. It's one of those things like, I got it. No, I don't.
Yeah. He was thinking about a dive and then just sank to his knees. I think he sailed away from him.
Yeah, it's no point.
And bless up my bro Cosmic Cream in the chat. Big up, man.
Oh, definitely. That's your big up. That's that is family in the house. Big up.
Good evening.
Bless up.
Definitely. What was I gonna say? It is a hard pitch to throw. Really, there's not many. You would think that there'd be more players that pitch like that, but there aren't in the MLB or in baseball that can throw a knuckleball. But that's the kind of the way you can
like that. I'm not into cricket, but you have these really good spin bowlers that can move the ball, that can spin. Shane Warne was a good one. There's been loads of really good Indian spin bowlers as well. Like it's an art that few people are born with. Like when they are, it's spectacular.
Yeah, there's not many people that can really do that kind of that is a very difficult kick. I think like I've seen Pirlo do it before, but but there's very few players that can kind of like perform that type of a shot. Because you got it because there's no spin on the ball. The ball just literally it doesn't move. It's just like you kick it with you kick it with such precision and in the right spot that it's going to be like it's going to go and then it's going to finally spin a little bit. And that little spin will make it trip. It's a wild.
I felt if we were going to take the lead today, it'd be a scruffy goal that maybe bounced around and then ended up in the net, or took a slight nick and flew into the net. But for us to hit the front with a goal like that was just stupendous. It was all that you wanted and more, wasn't it? Like. Sadly,
this is funny.
Points for.
No, my fault. I didn't mean to step on your toes there. I was gonna say it's funny. I decided to get this out because like shout out to our Red Duffy. He is my brethren here locally, and he was texting me during the game, and when he hit that, he was like, "Oh, he's like that's possibly the second best free kick he's ever seen." And then he said that exact comment too. He was saying it was Roberto Carlos-esque that shot was. I was like, oh wow, that's high praise, brother. That is very high praise.
You need that in football, don't you? It was the Brazilians who were the original masters of bamboozling you from free kicks with weird like spin and that and it's just outrageous. And you don't see it enough in the modern game. Like I don't know if it's just the game's changed and that but watching free kicks like that are tremendous. That Roberto Carlos one versus France, it just defied the laws of gravity. It had no right to go in the net, did it?
It didn't. It really, really didn't. There were Tim Wakefield. And Tim Wakefield was like I think he was a relief pitcher, by the way. I know we're talking baseball, but Jimmy's talking about some things for the Red Sox and another team that this FSG organization owns. Let's see.
Oh, bless up, Rasta.
Shout out. Yeah. I was about to say the streets have arrived. Definitely.
Wasn't Babe Ruth a bowler? That's right. And what's it called? A pitcher.
He baseball. Did. Yeah, he did. He was a pitcher as well, definitely. There was a bunch of he's one of the few players that played who can play outfield, be a home run hitter, and then also play in the play as a pitcher or as an outfielder. There is someone like that today. He plays for like the LA Dodgers. I don't really follow baseball as much as I used to.
We have a game in Britain called Rounders, very similar to baseball, and we used to play that sometimes as kids. It's better than cricket. I like more than cricket. That it was just easier. Like see if you could look at dead far the ball, but yeah, it is a good game. Like,
yeah, definitely. Tim Wakefield, R.A. Dickey, definitely all greats of the knuckleball fame. But a lot more to talk about than just that moment, because there were some moments. The first half, not many of them, but the second half was certainly one that kind of picked up the tempo, moved the emphasis of the pitch to our side of it. Question for myself, and I'll leave it for the panel too. Just how important was the result today, in your opinion? What do you take away from today's results? Look, I will keep it 100. Today's results are significant in more than one way. And what I mean by that is, I looked at at the end of the day, when I was listening to what they were saying, and I heard that it's one thing to be off from top 4, top 5, but that's not where my mentality is with this club. Like, I don't look at it as being like, oh, we should be playing for top 4. No, that should never be the mentality of this club. This club is not Arsenal during the Wenger years, where you're top 4 is something that you set your sights on. The fact that we were 17 points off of Arsenal. 17 points off of Arsenal.
Yeah.
That is mad.
That's mad.
And there's no way, I would say, if you went, player for player, the whole nine, I'm not talking about just form. I'm talking about more so just the player's worth and value in your eyes. There's no way I think that Arsenal is 17 points better than Liverpool, even with the injuries that we have.
No, it's just that old cliche that they go on about, like, decisive moments. None of the decisive moments have gone for us this season. Sometimes we've had dodgy decisions, but half the time it's just been our own will. It's just like, we failed. It's like, to carry results through. You couldn't have imagined a season like this, could you? Remember in the summer, the way we were talking? Now, I wasn't being too bold in the summer, but I was thinking we might, actually go on and do back-to-back. And you couldn't have imagined it, like, really. I couldn't have imagined a season this turbulent, after winning the league and then buying Wirtz, Ekitike, Isaac, Frimpong, Kirkhouse. I couldn't have foreseen it going this badly, but it has. We just got to deal with it. I just hope we can somehow stay in the fight for the fucking top, for the Champions League, because it'll be hard for me to face next season watching that Europa League. It's a competition I used to love years ago when it was the UEFA Cup, and the very early Europa League was okay, but now it's not. And with the extended Champions League, you get nobody's falling through from the Champions League into the Europa League anymore. It's like such a shit competition now. It was sad that Jurgen's last season at Liverpool, that he wasn't in the Champions League and we had to play in that cash. And, got mugged by Atlanta, which we deserved. It was a shit performance against Atlanta. But it'll be horrible having to be in that next season, mate. I mean, we will be. I don't want to be too bold with me predictions of how well we'll do, but at the very least we'll be in that, I would imagine, the Europa League.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that this is the worst title defense in the history of the Premier League or anything like that. Don't let people confuse the fact that
Leicester's as well.
Leicester had a horrible title defense.
Yeah, for the big club.
Chelsea had a horrible title defense where I think they ended up in 10th place, I think, or something like that, right?
I remember that. That's good memory. That was quite a rare one. They had a bad season, but they come back from it, didn't they? He's got a new manager, and booked up again. But
go figure. I mean, I will say this, that you speak on that, and I can't say enough. I heard on Brian's show that they were talking about, they were getting a lot of feedback from people saying, oh, well, we need to do this and you do that, or we need to bring about some type of change, or we can't do worse than what we're doing and the likes. And I think that's not necessarily the train of thinking that you want to put out there. Well, how much worse can we do than Arne Slot? There is worse. There is certainly worse. But I will go as far as to say that, there was a term that Brian put out there, and he says, "Oh, well, there's no magic bullet. There's no magic bullet. That you could find that you could say, oh, well, you're going to bring in a new manager, and all of a sudden it fixes everything." And my pushback on that statement is this: am I Arne Slot out? No, I am not Arne Slot out. Before people try to push me there. However, I will say that it is frustrating that we've watched Manchester United, Chelsea, all do what we won't do, which is fire their coach, bring in a coach that instills something in the team, whether it's a new belief, whether it's a new philosophy, whether it's just new confidence, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's better oranges at halftime. I have no idea, whatever he's doing, okay? But it's a case where we've watched the teams that we're trying to chase down figure out a way of correcting their teams to push for a real run. And you could say, oh, well, there's no chance, there's no magic bullet. And I get where you're going with that, but I also push back and say, you could say that Manchester United were crap before Carrick came in and took over the reins. Some might call it a manager's bounce, the purple patch or whatever, but the reality of it is that while they're enjoying that purple patch, we're still languishing on, well, I hope that we can just do this in Champions League. I hope that we can have some miracle 2005 type run in Champions League while we watch a team that has won, out of all of January, won one game in the Premier League. And now starts February off with a loss.
That's too much for me. Hi to Bonkers and Alex in the chat as well. Our league form is enough for him to get sacked.
Absolutely.
It's let's not mess around now. There's about 13 games left.
Absolutely. I've seen coaches get sacked for less, to tell you the truth.
For me, it could look when we had that round table little video come out the other week. As soon as I seen that, I was like, this guy ain't going nowhere. Because if Liverpool were ready to sack him, they wouldn't have allowed that video to air. So we're in a bit of a pickle here. What do we do? Because I don't blame Slot for the mistakes we made today for us to lose that game. I can't. It's got nothing to do with him. But the thing is, in that first half, Man City had about 70% possession of the ball at Anfield. Second half, we showed the energy that we conserved in the first half in that second half. Straight, we played pretty well in that second half. But I'm thinking, can't these guys, athletes, do that for a good 80 minutes? Like how we played in that second half. Why didn't we play like that in the first half? Let's get the job done.
Isn't that I asked people in the chat too for your opinions, because I'm sure everyone has some real vested opinions on what is their solution or what is their reasoning. But I'll ask you this. Is that possibly, he spoke on it a little bit about some of the physicality or some of the things that we allowed to leave the team. And he called it like having players that are maybe too technical, but don't have the physicality for the game. Today wasn't a case where it was about physicality, really, though. Today is a weird day where, as in for a team that's supposed to be technically better, supposed to be technically able to control matches and control teams by their possession. We had I wouldn't say zero possession, but we had very little possession in that first half, which made us toothless. So it's like we're stuck in these two worlds where, the Premier League is physical and we don't have players for that. Okay. Well, then are you going to be a possession team? Oh, yeah, but when we go up against a team like a Manchester City that's a possession team, we can't even achieve at that. Where and what path is this team on?
They're on a path of confusion because of the way we end games. Look at all the results in the last months. Mm-hmm. The amount of goals we've let in near the end of games. Mm-hmm. So we've got players in that team who've been playing for more than 10 years in that team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not like in that team, but been playing football. So the way they've done it before, and all of a sudden you're telling them to slow it down. It's confusing the players, bro. Because what's going to happen when you've got a counter attack on? Are you going to just slowly slow it down a bit? Or are you going to go for that second, third goal? What are you going to do? And the players get confused with that, bro. I'm really seriously concerned about the way we end games. It's going on too much now. We've had one Premier League win in the year 2026.
Oh, that's piss poor, that. And we didn't have many earlier on. We just haven't had that many wins this season. They've been few and far between, haven't they? I couldn't believe that. I think the Spurs one was the last one we won, was it, before Newcastle? Or something ridiculous like that. Which seems eons ago now that we beat Spurs away. But it's just been as bad as that, hasn't it? As I said before, you couldn't have imagined it really going much worse than this season. But, there are, like, parameters to how bad it is. Like, we could be we could be a shitter club in a shitter position. We've still got our own destiny in our own hands. If we can win the majority of our remaining league games, then I believe we will be in the Champions League. If we can't, then we don't deserve to be in the Champions League, quite honestly.
I know the owner's going to risk not having Champions League next season, because at the end of the day,
yes,
the owners must know if they feel like, can this team win the Champions League with this manager?
I don't think not to cut you off. I apologize. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
And if not, can this manager get these like top 4, top 3? I know 5th place sort of gives you Champions League now, but I'm not really looking at 5th place. I'm looking at 4th place. That's not bad. It's bad. It's too much of a waste of a season in my eyes. I always say the Premier League football side of football is the rhythm maker. If you go into a Champions big game and you've won at the weekend before, it's sort of a good vibe. But our league form, Premier League wise, terrible. For champions, terrible. But come on now. We've dropped 9 points at home against City, United and Forest. Realistically, we should have won all them games. Why? We're champions. We're Liverpool. We're at Anfield. What's written on top of your head there?
This? Yeah.
And it's not good enough for me now. Is it the players? Is it the manager? Well, as I said at the start of the show, Alisson's mistake for the penalty has got nothing to do with Arne Slot. Bernardo Silva's goal. Phew. Yeah. And that calamitous thing at the end, we had Van Dijk, Konate, and Alisson all playing up front.
Yeah, I saw that.
I said the other day on the show, I was like, you know what? We've had so many right backs this season, and Gravenberch, I don't know, centre back Gravenberch and that. Szoboszlai has played right back, Curtis Jones, Bradley, Frimpong. I said, you know what? What's going to happen next? We're going to have Alisson playing number 9.
How about this?
I always fancy.
Can you tell me? Good. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Lee.
Oh no, I was just messing around, like in that same putting players in unorthodox positions. I always wondered how I would do like at fullback.
I'll ask you this, chat, a little trivia, and I'll ask the panel too. Can you tell me the last time Manchester City has done a double over Liverpool in the league?
Oh, mate, I don't think it's ever happened before. I think the last time was 1930 something. 1937. They said it today, yeah.
Wow.
Go on,
1937.
Go ahead, Lee.
Man City won the league. And that's right. Man City actually have won the league before they got bought out by the Arabs. I know
Lee got it right.
The one I remember, it was before my time. They won it in about 1970 when Franny Lee was like one of their big players. He was brilliant, Franny Lee. He was a bit like Maradona, but like a little balding, blonde-haired Maradona because he was dead small, but he was dead small and fat. Sorry, not fat, just stout.
Just a bit big, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, they won it then, and that's the only one I'm aware of. The fact that they've won it before, that was news to me. I only discovered that since about the internet.
So there you go. That's another record that's gone under Slot this season. Loads of things like that have been happening.
80. Carry on like you know how long that is? That's 89 years.
That's a long time, bro. We weren't even born.
Yeah.
Maybe Lee was, but because he remembers the day. You'd probably say I was at the match.
He's like, I was with my dad, and we were.
We bunked the train up there, didn't we? We bunked the train, even though trains didn't exist.
Yeah, about to say you rode your bicycle or something, probably.
No, trains were different.
Your horse, you took your horse and buggy. You took your horse and buggy or something. I don't know. No, just a joke.
You got an Uber.
Yeah, 2 shillings for the match ticket. Yeah, there you go.
No, as I said, the only one I've ever heard of was I think it was 1969-70 or something. They won it, and Franny Lee and Colin Bell and Mike Summerby. He was another one. The Cough used to have a song for Mike Summerby because he has a really big nose, and it'd be, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles to the end of your nose. Oh, Mike Summerby.
Okay. All right, that's one way to get a smile and a chuckle out of us.
Well, we used to sing Kenny. I walk 1,000,000 miles for the one of your goals, Kenny. But Summerby was before Kenny.
Well, one person. I was gonna say one person I would like to see take a long walk off that long nose. It would be.
Pep Linders. Horrible. Did you see him at the end, bro?
Yeah.
No shame. Just get down the bloody, get back in the changing rooms. You know what I mean?
Get in the changing room and keep it moving, bro.
Keep it moving, bro. He did it on purpose. He's a fucker, he is.
Yeah. You can definitely F off. Absolute.
Yeah.
Turn.
Yeah, go on.
It's it's fitting. It's fitting. I mean, I don't know. The Pied Piper has certainly a lot of the rats in Manchester, apparently, because Pep Linders is certainly a weasel or a rat, however you want to look at it.
Well, he
looks along with Master Splinter, who had the equalizer today.
He's gonna write a book.
He plays a flute, didn't he? Like, to go, that's and Pep Linders, if you look at him, he does look like he's been playing a flute or a trumpet or something because his face has gone all red on it. Like, he's got a really red face. Like Pep Linders.
No,
you know what, bro? He's gonna make a book. He's gonna call. Yeah. He's gonna write a book and he's gonna call it 6 Points.
Wow!
Like all of a sudden, Man City take 6 points off Liverpool.
That book sounds bad. What was it called? Intensity.
Something like that.
I mean, one word.
He was loving that today.
I don't know, like
he was loving it, and that was the thing about it. When I see in his face, Pep Linders, it weren't like, "Oh, I feel uncomfortable. I'm going back in the changing rooms." He was like, "You know what? This is fucking wicked." Yeah.
Because you could go back in the locker room and express your admiration to your players for doing well and everything else and blah blah blah. But for you to call yourself, a Scouser at heart and how much you love the city and what it all takes for you to sit there and react in that manner in front of people that you once called your family, go F yourself, dude.
Oh, do you know what though? Do you know when he took that job, people went, "How dirty!" I was like, "What?" I mean, it's like you've only got one career, like, and he's just about eked one out, like in football. Of course, he was
right.
That didn't bother me. It's not like I miss him or
That's his
anything.
choice.
It's
That's
his
his choice.
choice.
At the end of
No,
the
and
day.
that's the. So there was this. So I saw this on one of the people we follow each other on Twitter, and she put in her comment about how it's weird that Anfield was booing Mark Gahey, for instance, and it's similar to like the case, because I see Crab is putting there, he's at the ops now and they won, doesn't he have the right to be happy? We didn't say that he doesn't have the right to be happy, but you have a right to be. If for people that you quote unquote called your family or people that you respected, it's also another thing to kind of like not rub it in their faces. Okay, like as in it's similar to, it makes me think of Suarez when he scored those goals against, and he was at home and rightfully so, he can react the way he wants in Barcelona. You know what I mean? But it was almost like he was going extra and over the top with his celebrations, as if he didn't really even care about, us at all. And I'm like, okay, well, then that's the case. Then why should we hold you with reverence too? That's the point. Like, you want us to remember you as a Red. You want us to remember you lovingly and appreciatively. But yet here you are trying to help in our downfall, giving whatever ops or extra assistance to a team that we tend to battle, tooth and nail against. No, we're not. I'm not going to, like, it was weird. Like, as in the same, I said the same thing about Gahey when she put in there, like, oh, it's weird to see people, booing Gahey. It wasn't his choice. He decided this and he decided that. And I'm like, well, A, you just said it wasn't his choice. And then he decided. So obviously it was his choice. And B, it was his choice to go to Manchester City because he could have just stayed with Crystal Palace, and just stayed there to the summertime, and then it would have been a different story. But here he is helping, the 115 charge for a title. And let's not get it twisted. He made some big saves today, or defensive plays today, that could be considered some difference makers in this game. So when I say I don't mind people booing Gahey, because I'll say it like this, and I'll end off my soapbox here. I don't mind booing Gahey. I don't mind. Hell, boo Gahey. Boo definitely Bernardo Silva. He is a rat. And boo every one of the players that is for City. Boo the coach for all that matters, because they're not Liverpool Reds. What is all this like kumbaya crap about some of these? I mean, like as we gotta be respectful. No, bun City, bun our opponents. No, every last one of them, and let them know that you're playing at Anfield, not a place where you can put your feet up on the furniture and make like it's your home. No, man, make it feel like it is not a place you want to go to. Make it feel like everyone in that stadium is against you, and you know it. And if you did what Gahey did, bun that guy too.
Yeah, if this was last season, like when we were like on our way to winning the league, I don't think the fans would have bothered booing Gahey. But you need something to do when you're at the match, like, and the football's shit and you're being outplayed and that, like. So it was, okay, let's boo him. Do you know what I mean? He didn't join us. The funny thing about it is, like, that he got 300 grand a week. I mean, that's the reason.
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
the point.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Semenyo and Gahey are two different situations, in the sense that Semenyo's deal wasn't ending at the end of this year, and he would become a free agent. Semenyo's deal is in a situation where we had you technically signed in the summer, and yet you decide, and then yet your club, not him, but the club decides to pull the deal. Semenyo's deal is not the same, in the sense that Gahey spoke about the fact, that he took a medical for our team, or was in the verge of taking a medical for our team, and now all of a sudden he's on some. It's always been City, and I know you have to technically say those things to get the PR right, but then it's like it makes you go and say, all right, well then do I really like? So you've been lying to us this entire time, and now I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, cool. It's all good. Yeah, root this guy on because he's because he fits right in with the other.
Do you know what, mate? Tonight did destroy a lot of the hope I had left for this season. Hilo put in the comments there, why boo the opponents? Like, because they're playing that much better than you. I get what he means, but do you know when we went 1-0 up, like, and there was that brief moment where I thought we could win this without really deserving to. I love them type of wins, but it just ain't going to happen in a season like this. It won't until the end. Like, I just hope there's some weird twist of fate, like, and draws can propel us to at least the semi-finals or some shit, the Champions League, so we've got like something to get excited about.
Yeah, look, it's kind of I've heard of people like trying to take the whole measure. I see what Crab is I see what Crab or hear what Crab's argument is, but I don't think that you have to necessarily come to the defense of Gahey and his money. Okay, he's a millionaire one way or another. Okay, so it's not like oh, you know what, he would have been panhandling on the streets if he hadn't taken this deal with
it's definitely increased in modern years with the increase in pay of footballers. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember it when I was like a kid going to matching that. In fact, we were dead good then, like, so there was no reason to boo. But then we went dead shit for a while, like, but I don't even remember booing then. There was frustration and that, and maybe you'd boos at the final whistle, but not during the match very often. So it shifted and changed a little bit. But it's with the wages, years ago, like, what I'm talking about, like, players in them days, like, didn't get that much, like, you know what I mean? It was only a few years further on than the time when they had to get jobs after they finished playing, you know what I mean? Working as like a rep for a brewery or some shite. But now they get paid such massive amounts of money that it's fair. It's fair as fuck, like, innit? So it's really fair. It's fair indeed to boo, innit? Like, if they're not doing the business.
John, I get that. I'd say it's your right to boo. It's your right to boo. I understand that. And you know what? I think that maybe it brings a little bit more of a bite to Anfield to make it not such a like hospitable. I mean, there used to be a time and place when Anfield was a cauldron of intimidation, and now
it can be again very quickly. I'll say that, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I might be a bit despondent tonight, like, but I will say that much. It can be again very quickly if we make the right appointments in the summer.
Look, man, Arne Slot he's sort of taken. Anfield should be trepidation, you're scared of going to Anfield and that. And it don't seem like that this season. Look how many points we've dropped at home this season, man. Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley, even Burnley the other week. Come on, man. It's too much now. For me, that top 4 position, we got to get that sorted. Because for me, I don't want Florian Wirtz playing Europa League next season for Liverpool.
No.
I don't want that to happen. I want Isaac to be ready for the Champions League next season. And so are the club going to keep him on? What's happening now? Because that display today and the display of every game in the last 10 to 12 minutes of the game is diabolical. And that's down to the manager for me. If the manager's saying, listen, lads, you're 1-0 up, 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left or whatever, put your foot down, get the second goal just in case. You don't say that.
Yeah, it's the reason. But that's what because Red Armchair Supporter agrees with you, JK. Oh wait, let me properly before we go into that one other point that Red Armchair Supporter brings. Let's properly bring in Nalante. He's been sitting patiently to be a part of the panel. Nalante.
Yeah, evening 12. Big up Scousely. Pick it up, Scousely. Hey, that's happening, Lee.
Oh, you
We were
better be
discussing
up
today.
better.
Yeah, exactly, Lee. Oh, wait, we were discussing it in the chat. Big up JK. JK, you know what I'm going to say? Those three magic words. Lord have mercy. Lord have
Lord have
mercy.
mercy, bro.
Lord have mercy. So, big up the chat. Big up Jimmy. Big up everybody in the chat.
Like, you've got quite a few Arsenal mates, haven't you? Like, and I haven't.
Mhm.
It's maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more painful. I'm okay with it. Them winning the league, like, and I really hate City that much now. Like that, I would rather Arsenal win it than City because it'd just be funny for me if City get nothing.
Yeah. Arsenal, the same team where some of their fans or content creators are out there trying to argue that there is no rivalry between Manchester City and Liverpool. There is no rivalry. Okay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
There's
yeah. Well, they just consider that
We're the only team who've taken titles
we're not
off them, whether we
relevant,
won a 10 in a row or something. Come on.
Yeah, but
they're trying to diminish our just real quick. They're trying to diminish our relevancy and say that Arsenal are the true team that has built a rivalry between City and the teams that are competing now. That's what they're trying to say.
Well,
for me, our rivalries with
their rivals last season for third place, weren't they? Arsenal and City were like neck and neck for second and third place last season. Like, so that was like, a big thing for them.
Look, Arsenal, as I said before, right now they haven't won anything in years, and they've never won the Champions League. Mm-hmm. It's like, how can they talk so big? I just don't understand the philosophy of life no more. When your team has never won a Champions League, and another team that's won 6 of them, Premier Leagues, they've won 13, I think, and we've won 20. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand this Arsenal fan base. Like, what planet are we living on? At the end of the day, Liverpool, for me, our only rivals really are Man United.
Mm-hmm. No, it was the Wenger thing that elevated them. They were never a glamorous club. Their football was always turgid, and they had a couple of skillful players, like, who stood out, but they were never anything. They were always successful, though, like in many different periods, but in fits and starts. And 14 is a good total, but it's 6 shy of Arsenal United's, like, so I won't be losing any sleep over it.
No, we'll see.
What do you think of the game?
There's some theories. Well, I have a segment, not in this show, but another show set up for the 115 or the 130, whichever you like to refer to them as, because they technically have 130 accusations against them now, not 115. But
can you believe I was massively behind? Sorry, massively behind Arsenal to win that Champions League final against Barca before obviously the Lemon. Jens Lehmann got sent off, like, and screwed them. I really wanted them to win that. But I remember, like, 10 years before that, just before Wenger took over, they were in the Cup Winners' Cup a couple of times, and he managed to win it. And I was bang behind winning that, because English clubs had only just been reinstated to Europe. Like, I just wanted one of us to win back in something. And I think they beat Parma, Stefan Schwartz, and players like that used to play for Arsenal then. But I was massively behind them then, like.
We can all understand that. I can understand you being. I mean, look, Wenger brought in a incredible change to English football. I mean, a welcome change, I think, to English football. There was a lot. The mentality alone, just the sense of like the mentality of not having players smoke cigarettes or in the locker room or go out for like drinking binges and the likes. And the fitness levels that increased under Wenger was a relatively welcome change to English football, because the play changed and the improvement, definitely the level it changed up. But I just I think the difference is that the internet didn't exist during the Wenger years the way it does now, and the way that it does now, the voices that you hear from the Arsenal side of the fence are just so braggadocious and loud for sometimes no apparent reason other than they're projecting, in my opinion, the way that JK is saying, like, as in for a team to talk and have such.
those the early Wenger sides were sublime, like, and it was better than Man United on the eye, actually. Like, it was better than Man United. Maybe not as successful, like, so I can see like where that bit of arrogance has come from. But that was bloody ages ago, wasn't it? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's nearly 30 years, but them in it soon. Was it like 25 or some bollocks now?
Yeah.
And they always chuck that at us, don't they? Oh, 30 years. You know, when did you last win the title, mate?
Yeah, and it's a
21 or 22 for them, innit?
Yeah, it's over 2 decades that since they've won, but that streak could be coming to an end. And who knows what else they have the opportunity. So does Manchester City to add one of the two is going to add a League Cup to their silverware cabinets. But I'm going to break down
we get on a quadruple for Arsenal this season. Not a betting man myself, like, but you think they've got a chance?
I'm going to give a little quick match breakdown and then go into who I thought was the ballers and the bottlers of today. I'll ask the panel to kind of think of who they would want to nominate for a baller of the day and a bottler of the day. You can nominate Liverpool players or you can nominate Manchester City players if you like for this segment. But I think the first half was a strange one. We all can agree on that. City had territory. They had control of the game. They didn't create wave after wave of clear chances. I'm not going to go that far, but they definitely frustrated us. And it was a case where Liverpool were pushed and we just weren't able to connect. And as I saw earlier in the chat, really put more than 3 or 4 passes together. We couldn't get like 5 passes to connect and bring up some real build-up play. So, you know, we had Ali had to be sharp early. I thought he was, especially, and this is someone we're going to be critical of because he did make a howler of a mistake for the penalty. But he was very, very big on the save early at Haaland's feet. Like, as in, it could have easily been 1-0. As soon as that pass goes into Erling Haaland, you're probably like, oh no, this might be the start of the floodgates.
Yeah, I think we take him for granted sometimes, just how vital he is. You can question a couple of things in his game occasionally, like, but he is a vital, vital player for us. And I want him to be here next season. So, like, whatever transition we're going through isn't as tough. Not saying I don't believe in Mamadashvili, like, but he's a different type of keeper.
He's a different type of keeper. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, I'm going to say this. It wasn't panic stations. Going forward, Liverpool did have moments on rare, but they did have an occasional moment. Ekitike nearly scored with a header. Wirtz had a chance blocked, which he should have done better, by the way. Look, it was, I think, he didn't put the type of effort into the shot that I would have liked to have seen from him, by the way. That's just my opinion. You know, he kind of like tried to pass the ball into the goal as opposed to shoot the ball into the goal, in my opinion. However, the second half, Liverpool definitely imposed themselves unlike they did in the first half. And Szoboszlai, absolute rocket of a shot. Could be one of the best free kicks. I think was actually better than the free kick he took against Arsenal personally. But it was an amazing, amazing goal. He did I like this celebration. Did the Thanos click or snap?
Yeah, yeah.
That was funny. I thought that was good.
Well, that's what I thought before he struck it. I thought there's no way we could have a second go with this, like after the Arsenal one, and it went bloody happened, didn't it?
Right, and that's where like it was manage the game, it was slow it down, it was kill the rhythm after that. And I think that's one philosophical difference that some of us have with this manager, at least myself. I think JK was speaking on that earlier too. I don't want to put words in JK's mouth, but like I think that's my opinion. Like, I definitely am more from the Jurgen Klopp. Just keep your foot on the gas pedal and keep going. But instead, Liverpool invited pressure. City stayed alive. And unfortunately, when you give that opportunity to elite teams, and let's be honest, Manchester City is an elite team. They don't need many chances. Bernardo Silva pounces. All of a sudden, Master Splinter has the equalizer. And then you have Ali have that mental, I don't know what it was, but he just had, it wasn't exactly a good challenge all the same, because that's probably going to get called for what it was, and it did. It got a penalty. Holland finishes. Pretty much that's game over. Then you obviously have the brutal reality of what happened at the end of the game, where Szoboszlai fouls Holland. They let the play continue on. Then as the ball's going in the net, and this is as a result of, now I don't know also, can someone tell me if Arne Slot, when you get a chance, not right now, but tell me after I'm done my little ballers thing, tell me if Arne Slot told Ali to go forward or not. That was just interesting. I know that we needed the goal, and it's not like 3-1, 2-1. It doesn't matter. We lose either way. But it was interesting because I remember seeing the ball go back, and I'm like, there's no goalkeeper in net right now, and I was just like, how far up is he? Because I was waiting for it. I was like, is Ali like in by the corner stick or something? I'm like wondering where he's at. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, he's practically next to Virgil van Dijk. Yeah. In our front line. But all right, so let me land here by saying ballers, bottlers. I have my ballers were there weren't many ballers on the Liverpool side, to be honest with you. It's tough to call out certain players. I don't think that Virgil and Konate had bad games, to be honest with you. You could also even say that Kirkes was a baller in this game. I thought Kirkes performed strong in this game. He didn't give up on plays. He actually was putting himself into challenges. And you could argue maybe Wirtz was a baller, but he lacked a little bit. So I'll maybe just go with Konate and Kirkes as my ballers. Bottlers, though, bottlers have to be, unfortunately, Liverpool as a collective. The fact that we panicked, the fact that we were the clear opposite of mentality monsters was what I saw on the pitch today. Lack of ball retention under pressure. I'll be honest. I give a salute because you're my guy, Cody, but it was almost as if you weren't on the pitch. I think that you have to say also Salah was a bottler today. And I know I saw Hassam, doing the wax lyrical, trying to make excuses for Salah today. But Salah looked like he was a passenger today more than an actual presence on the pitch today, unfortunately. I don't know if that's because of the role he's playing for under Slot, or maybe it's just the fact that he's confused as to where he properly fits into this team, but at its current structure. But it is what it is. And it hurts to say that Dominic Szoboszlai is a bottler. It would hurt to say that. But you have to kind of recognize the fact that he went from Thanos to, I don't even know what it would be, to his snap of the finger maybe, erased himself from consideration, because he not only got a red card, but he was also he was the reason why they scored that goal, the equalizer. And why I say that is because he wasn't in line with the back line. You could see everyone holding the line except for Dominic Szoboszlai. And again, why I could say I can and I agree, and I can say that too, and I'm not going to stop it. Crab, come on, Crab. I'll send you the link. Crab. You can come on. You can join the show, and you can voice your opinion if you like. But the reality of it is that you have to recognize the fact that I get that Dominic Szoboszlai doesn't want that goal to go in. He's trying his best to hold off Erling Haaland. And I'm going to talk about the offside one again in a second. But what is it? Two wrongs don't make a right. He is in the wrong because now we possibly don't, because that's a red card. So we're going to lose him for at least one game. And our next game is not against an easy opponent. So to say that, I'm not saying that you shouldn't give effort, you shouldn't try, this or that, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Sorry, panel. But you can't get a red card with our circumstances. We are already playing Dominic Szoboszlai out of position in our right back role. We have a coach that will not play a player in Ramsey who is a right back in our team. We have possibly Gomez, who's coming back, who apparently can't last more than 2 games straight in our lineup, playing in a game, as our potential right back in another game that is going to be a difficult game on the road. You have to be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than that. And Dominic Szoboszlai is that important to our team. And that's a bottle job to do that. It's a bottle job to give that penalty away. To give that red card. And that's not even counting. Okay, we're gonna have chat. Well, I'll bring up Crab too, because Crab obviously wants to get in.
It was just a final slap in the face, wasn't it? That Szoboszlai to be sent off right at the end, like.
Yeah. I think that's a slap in the face. And on top of that, like I said, Dominic Szoboszlai knew he was wrong in the equalizer. He knew he was wrong because he looked to the left and he could see that he's playing Bernardo Silva on because he's not in line with Virgil van Dijk, who was playing Silva off. I don't know if I can pause.
Do you know what he does do, like, well at right back when we've needed him there, like, but, you know, obviously his instincts aren't defensive, like, he's good at, like, closing players down and all that shit, but as for staying with a man, you know, especially a wide player with pace and tricks, like, it's not the ideal, is it? It's just we've been forced into it at the moment. But I do think he does an adequate job while he's there, but he won't be there against fucking Sunderland, will he? It's probably going to be Curtis, isn't it? Like, unless he goes for Endo, which I'm not sure what I prefer there. Like, Endo's better centrally, isn't he? Like, he's got loads of, you know, toughness, durability, he can tackle, but his pace, you know, up against the wide. I don't
think Endo would have been a bad choice today at right back, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know that's maybe coming from a hindsight position, and I get that. But I don't think that it wasn't. I don't think it was in this game. Would you have said it was Manchester City's pace on the wings that was crippling us? I'm asking the panel. Would you have said that Manchester City's pace, because in the game, even I noticed it, but I also heard the commentators comment on it. They had a narrow approach towards their game. They weren't really playing the ball wide or having their wings pressed of the game. Right. So if that's the case, it's not like you're worried about the wingers and their pace on the whiffs on the sidelines. So if that's the case, then I don't know if Endo would have been a bad choice, because Endo at least presents a certain defensive stopgap at that role, and you put Dominic Szoboszlai in his best position. You put him forward in the midfield where he can be more offensively inclined to involve himself.
Yeah, Szoboszlai's got that extra bit of pace and athleticism because he's like a taller guy and that. Like, Endo's really great and combative, like, can tackle players, stay with players and all that shit. Like, but I prefer him centrally, like that's where his role is for me, like in the thick of the action, not out wide, like on the wings. But needs must. I mean, unless we play Calvin Ramsey, we've got no other choice, have we, in the next game to play Curtis or Endo, which I think it'd be Curtis. Remember, we played Curtis twice at right back. We got away with it the first time, and then we went away to Fulham.
I think, unfortunately, I appreciate. I you know how much I love Curtis, but I think Curtis is not. I think I'd rather see Dom Szoboszlai as our right back. I think there's more you can get out of Dom Szoboszlai in a right back than you can out of Curtis. Unfortunately,
even less suited to the role than Dom. Curtis is uniquely unsuited for that role. Like,
not saying he can't play a right back at all, but I'm just saying that I think Dominic is the lesser of two evils when it comes to that role for us. And
I suppose all that shit's character building, isn't it? As they say, the struggles we're going through now, and we're having to put players in weird positions and that. Like, hopefully, it'll bear a bit of fruit next season, like what we've been through this season.
Well, do you have? I'm getting called out for my ballers and bottlers. Who are your ballers and bottlers, if you have any, for today, Lee? And then if JK and Nolante, I see they're on mute. When they come back off of mute, you can tell us.
I thought quite a few of our lads had good games. Thought Ibu was good, Virgil was good. Okay, we got beaten shit, like, but I thought they were both. Kirkhouse was good. I thought Sobo was good on the whole. Matt, bit disappointing. Grav, bit disappointing. Wirtz, in and out of it. He was trying, wasn't he, to find space and find positions. Tried a few things that maybe had a chance of coming off, like, but he just couldn't get into it properly because he's the day where Hugo had a few decent chances. That one he dug out that flew past the post, and then there was obviously the header. Wasn't it Cozy was shit? Do you know what I mean? I like Cozy. He's a pale shadow of last season's player, isn't he now? And that's exactly the same problem Mo is facing on the right wing. Is that there's no room for them to play in. And it's just not happening for either of them, is it? Like, both of them look completely different players to who they were like 6 months ago.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I want to see. No, I have crap on here. Well, guys, all right, what are you thinking? JK, Nolante, you with us? Are you with us?
Yeah. I'm here.
Ballers, bottlers, do you have any? No, I guess not.
Bottlers. It's a tough one to put bottlers on any of our players for today's performance. No, there was no bottling for me. We did okay.
For me,
okay wasn't enough, was it? Like, okay is okay, but if okay means you get beat 2-1, then it ain't that fucking good.
And like for me, bro, when I go look through the team, I would say good game, bad game. Like Alisson, for me, bad game, bad decision, gave a penalty away. I think Szoboszlai right back played sound. Don't get me wrong, I think he played pretty well. Hence why there was no real threat from them from the wing side of the game. I think Szoboszlai and Kirkis together sort of sorted that out first half and the second half. So I would say even for me, Kirkis played pretty well. Kanate did. Virgil, okay, not great, but okay. I think Gravenberch had a good game. At the midfield, if I had to pick one, it would be Gravenberch. I think he was better than everyone else. McAllister was okay. Not great, but he was okay. Wirtz for me was a letdown today. Mate, I'm always shouting off the rooftops about Wirtz, how great he is and this and that. But for me today, non-existent first half. Even in the second half, he weren't really putting his foot down. Like, see, Wirtz as a football player, he likes like walking on clouds type of footballer. Instead of a full pelt, I'm going to run past people really fast type of footballer. So sometimes when you think, you know what, put your foot down a bit here. Or, I don't know. Because he's got a bit of grit about him. And I think today's game needed that from him. A little bit of grit, a little bit of concrete. You know what I mean? Instead of just floating, make it concrete, because there was enough chances there today for him to get the ball and do some damage. That's why I think he was a letdown for me today. Ekitike as well. I think Ekitike should have got on the score sheet at least today once. He had a few chances.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in McAllister today. I've been trying to defend him for ages now, like saying he's not fit and all that one, like, you know, about him playing badly. But I thought, like, in crucial moments when we gave up chances, wasn't there? He nearly scored at the end.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Good save from Donnarumma.
No, it was an excellent save. It wasn't a good save.
It was a good save. I was going to say he probably made it like sound better than it was, but it was a good save.
No, I think it was
apart from that, he just wasn't there at the vital moments to protect the back four, and that's what's been missing this season. We're not protecting the back four, like.
Well, ballers and bottlers. I'll tell you some. Well, you choose. He's a baller for me, not a bottler, and that is the streets have arrived. There you go. Representing his
teams
to the fullest, representing the Dutch league and all the power that is Ajax.
It's no flying note, yeah. Ajax in the mother bull crap.
Bro, it's mad. I'm on loan right now.
Loan settings.
Oh my gosh!
I'm doing the Harvey Elliott thing right now. So yeah, I'm on loan. I'm not playing a lot, but I'm on loan. So,
oh my goodness!
Still getting paid.
Correct.
Crab on some Morton settings right now or something like that. You know. Questioning
our fellas, though, by the way, man. Thanks for the invite.
Big up, crap. Always, big up, crap. Always, man.
Good to have you on, man.
I'm looking after my kids or come on here and talk. So I said, hey, forget these kids. I'm here.
We got bigger problems.
Yeah, they can look after themselves. Yeah.
I was actually hoping that you're going to have a Aston Villa jersey with maybe Elliott's number on the back, but you never know. Ringlets up in this month. But all right,
those are hard to come by, man. Those are hard to come by.
We can talk about that another day. Ballers, bottlers. For you had an issue with the bottler choices I made. So then, who are your ballers and bottlers for today? Then,
for me, Dom is the baller. Kirkes, Dom, my two ballers. Okay. I mean, that goal, amazing. You know what I mean? Dom. When he hits the ball properly, could probably score from any place on the pitch, to be honest. And Kirkes, man, listen, Kirkes has been getting a lot of stick from a lot of Liverpool fans. I mean, on his start to his Liverpool career, but listen, form is temporary, but the skills is always permanent, man. And I always do that, brother. Like he's gonna be that left back for us. So for me, he just needed a little time. I mean, I guess he was confused, and depending on Slot was playing him inverted and all this nonsense. And I don't know, confused the brother, man. He's still a young kid, you know what I mean? So you could see what he is now. He's playing properly, playing in his right position. And you can see what he can do, man. And he's definitely not a pushover. He is, he's got that Napoleon syndrome. Small guy, but big man inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's looking better every passing week, isn't he?
Pause on that one, but I got you.
Listen, I'm too old for this pause thing, bro.
I know we're all too old for it. But that one kind of sounded.
I don't even know what pause means, man.
I don't know what that one was about. I'm just trying to save you from the youngsters.
We don't use pause.
Pause the pause.
Yeah, pause the pause. There you go. Pause the pause.
Yeah, right. But that for me, like, the whole issue I had. I was in the chat at Brian's show, and it's all this problem with Dom playing right back and this and that, And we do have a recognized right back on our bench. Yes, he has not played in a lot of games. Whose fault is that? I mean, you're giving everybody microwave minutes. Why can't you give Ramsey some microwave minutes? See what he has. You know what I mean? How are we going to... Did any of us know who Conor Bradley was before he started playing for us?
No, really. Only a few.
How good he was or how good he could be. Yeah. Even Trent. Who knew how good Trent was before he played the first game with us? Nobody knew. So I mean, at the point that we're at now, I mean, give the guy a chance. He is a right back. That's his job. He's been doing it for a long time. Yes, he was unfortunate. He had injuries. He was loaned out, but he is a right back, which means he should know the basics of defending. Understand? And they're gonna blame Dom for that goal, but Dom's awareness as a defender is not gonna be the same as a person that's been defending their whole career as a defender. You know what I'm saying? So him stepping back probably didn't. You know, for me, I don't blame him because he's not a defender. He probably didn't even realize. You know what I mean? So I can't blame him for that goal. Honestly, I really can't. You know.
So you give him a pass for it, basically.
I did. I honestly did.
Okay.
Listen, man, Ramsey. I've seen Ramsey play against Crystal Palace. He was the man of the match in that game. What's the problem? What other options you're taking away from our main? Listen, that game was to be won in the midfield, in my opinion. And our best midfield is Dom. So you're basically taking away from my midfield to put him in defense. For me, it doesn't make sense.
That game was there to be won after we went in front, but we just couldn't do it. You know, we couldn't. We couldn't get to full time because we didn't have that long to go after the point where we went in front. But from the point when they equalised, he was just on top of us then, and we couldn't stem the tide, could we? We didn't have any comeback to that. There was no real subs we could make, and the mentality just wasn't there to come back from that late blow of the equaliser. And ultimately, we went on and lost. I mean, I was worried that we'd just get a draw today, because we'd be so far behind, but getting a defeat is stressing me out a bit, but stress is part of life. We'll deal with it, won't we, guys?
But Lee, can I say something? Listen, we go up 1-0, 70-something minutes. Why did we start sitting back? Why did we make subs? You could see we needed fresh legs. We needed fresh legs. Put somebody in there that can run off. You know, they're going to come at us. We know that. Put somebody that can run behind on a counter. We've got Cody there. That I'm sorry, 12. That's your guy, but he is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. It's just I can't see how Rio can get a proper game, and this guy is playing. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. We needed fresh legs. City had already made 4 subs, and we are still waiting till the 85th minute until it's 1-1 to make a sub. And we're bringing, and with the sub we made is Curtis Jones on the left hand side, which Curtis doesn't have any pace. He's on the left wing when we have 2 wingers on the bench.
Simple as.
Yeah, that's how the slot is.
I see him on the left wing all the time, and I think this brother is not going to cross a booty in, and someone's going to head it in. It's not going to happen with this guy.
Thank you.
He's not even going to score from that position. He did it once against Everton. Remember, he came from the left, cut in, scored top corner.
Top bins. Yeah, I think it's his debut. Yeah, top bins. Yeah.
But he's not.
Today, if we were going to get a win, we might need to rely on a deflection, a lucky goal, or a scruffy goal. And the way they equalised, that it was the cross, wasn't it, from whoever the fuck it was, at McAllister on the leg, and the way it just span and sat up perfectly for Haaland to nod it into Silva's path. That was luck, that
we need to be more defensively aware. I'm sorry. We need to be more.
We just don't get any fortune, do we? And then that fucking penalty and Sobo sending up just to put the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. He's got a potty mouth. That's
all good. It's all good. Listen, the problem is we don't have that man in the middle that's gonna really get into you and give you that little foul and kick you on your leg a couple times and let you know, I'm here.
We've got him, crap. We've got him. He's just not being used.
Yeah, but there's a point in that game. Remember when Diaz took that shot? Nobody would come toward this guy.
No one. They opened up. He could have made a 3-course meal in that time.
Or exactly.
Put some pepper. Okay, saltfish. Put some scrambled egg. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll be eating it. He'll still be shooting. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I offend. But again, the online and crab you seen it, and you 12 JK, they get offended when you say certain players' names, and I don't know why. We're not being. We listen. We're not naive fans. We are not naive fans. We understand Endo's not going to be at the end of the season, no problem. But right now, this is not. I mean, and again, you know, crab, you were in like myself, on the Irishman stream. And it's not about woulda, coulda. We're not saying no one is experts. We're just talking. We're football fans. But right now, if the players are out of form, what do you do? What do you do? You play the next team exactly.
That's
You know, and that's all. I mean, that's not the hardest thing. But people get offended. Oh, it's not good. What are you talking about? Listen, I was the first one, and I've said it 1,001 times. 12. We discussed this, JK. But when we first got Endo, I don't think any of us wanted. Well, apart from you, actually. No, to be fair, and JK. So let me retract that. Let me retract that. You did say, Crab. I don't know if you're the same. I was like,
I didn't even know who
what
Endo
is
was,
this?
brother.
Yeah, hey Crab, I had to do my German schmergen research, you know, speak to the German expert on the panel, innit? Yeah. So let's be real, none of us wanted him, but as anything, as Liverpool fans, you give players the time, just like no one wanted Slot, you give the players the time. And Endo has done the job for us. I can't complain. That's
You know what it is, Endo? He gives you 100 every time he goes on that pitch.
This is what I'm saying. He'll put a foot in, he'll get a yellow card. Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
You would say the same about Milner, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but with a little bit more quality. But that's fine.
Yeah, of course. And I'm not saying that Endo is better than Milner with versatility and the likes of what he brings to the pitch. But I also believe that both of those players make those professional fouls that you're talking about, where
just ruffle up.
Or basic. It's the same thing. It's like I saw Bernardo Silva. There was one time when Ali had the ball and he was about to try to get a quick, you know how Ali likes to do that quick counter. And Bernardo Silva went up and gave him a little elbow to his back and nudged it over there. Those are technically that's technically a foul. You could call that, you know, because he's impeding and with the play, he's impeding the player from actually the goalkeeper from playing the ball. But it's Bernardo Silva. And that's what he does.
But 12, he does get those fouls, 12. Sorry to cut you. We don't get those fouls. Semenyo kicked the ball away when we were on a throw-in. Semenyo literally kicked the ball away.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, if that was a Liverpool player,
that's a yellow card. That should have been a yellow card. Right.
That was the rule. They brought. He kicked the ball literally away. But no,
yellow cards for them.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah, I don't want to blame the ref, but where his fault we lost, but he was shocking on a few decisions. They should have had few more yellow cards than what they did. And after all, we were at home.
Yeah,
O'Reilly should have got one first half. You know what I mean?
Jimmy brings a good point. He says Chiesa came on for Kirkes in the 94th.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Slot. Yeah. Slot doing that, it's mad. But the key question is why is Nico O'Reilly, 20-year-old, running rings around our midfield, our experienced midfield? I mean, let me ask you guys, before I get to Mark, because I would just want to answer my baller and what was the other one? Baller and what was the other one? Well, that's it. That's what I yeah. Let me ask you guys, where is Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister? Where are they? Can someone please explain? Where are they? Can someone find me? Can someone send a postcard? Who are these people? They've been clones. These two are not the same.
They're not the same. They're not.
Maybe. Yeah. You're right. Confidence, but they. I don't know who they are because that first half. Like I was watching it, and it was 0-0. We got embarrassed. We didn't even have a sniff. Not even a sniff. And I don't care. And again, I don't care if it's City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. For a club of our standard, that is embarrassing. And when we had the ball, we're hesitant. When City were pressing, you could see there's something. And when I looked at City, and I'm not saying, and again, I'm not saying that it means that we would have been great, we would have won. But you see, if we had Gay and Semenyo in our team, that would have given us more impetus because the other guys were not doing their jobs properly. But again, we talked about it, and again, that's another discussion to say, but I'll just say quickly before you move on. In terms of ballers, for me, I agree. Like Kirkes, was excellent. And again, he's been slowly improving in terms of positional awareness and his defensive attributes. We know he's good going forward, and he wasn't helped by a certain someone up front who's screaming and shouting at him for no reason, like a donut, like an absolute freaking donut. When my man is trying to look to overlap, but anyway, I think he was quality. In terms of the oh God, flip it, I've lost my mind now. The bottlers, that's it. Yeah, the bottlers. Well, I mean, yeah.
Don't let this. Listen, I always tell people, don't let this team stress you. At the end of the day, these guys are taking a fat paycheck. Manager, you understand? Yeah. We are fans. We're just minions, man. We get to pay for, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's easier. That's easy for you to say. You're on loan. So I mean,
oh, Crab, you go.
You're chilling.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Still at the training pitch.
Bring me on my show to show me up, man. Come on, man. Bring me on your show to show me up.
Yeah. See, Crab, yeah. You say you're alone, but you slowly still putting yourself back wearing the red shirt again. You see, that loan has been cancelled. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, Russell Crown. Welcome back. It's been cancelled. It's been cancelled. At the club.
Can I say on something? The referee's decision, I call it the Klopp syndrome. Because Klopp used to speak on his referees a lot. I think it's spilling over to Slot's generation now. They haven't forgot what Klopp has done to them. And that referee getting fired and all that. So they're all a brotherhood, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So it's all spilled over now. Klopp's gone, but it's still gonna happen.
Okay. Wait, I don't get you.
No, I mean, there's no doubt about it. We're not liked by the great majority of officials for a number of reasons.
You think there's referee bias because of that?
Yeah, for me, the ones that get on my nerves are the City ones. When it's us versus City, you think of the really big decisions, like over the years, that have had an effect.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about
Mane getting sent off. Do you know what I mean?
No. You could throw McAllister in for the Doku.
Yeah. Oh, bro, the Doku one. Oh my
days. Yeah.
How about the Odegaard basketball playing one? How about that?
Yeah, well, that's different.
Bring them into it. I mean, the one for me that really put the cherry on this season was Virgil's header being disallowed.
But you know what? I'll say this, and this is just coming from maybe it's playing devil's advocate or not, but Klopp used to say those comments, or at least put sometimes referee on blast, and maybe you got to see some of the calls go our way, or maybe the next game or not. What happened to City the game before this? What happened in that time when against Spurs, when rightfully so they were angry because a goal was allowed where Gahey gets his leg kicked from behind. They score the goal. And they talked about, you have Rodri on camera talking about the referees might be against us. You have, you have other coaches and the likes speaking on this point. The very next game, you see maybe the referees making a little bit of alterations with some of the choices some of the gameplay that they allowed to go down. Certainly in City's favor today. I'm not blaming it on the refs, but I'm just saying that that maybe Pep's team massaged the playing field in a sense, the same way that you're talking about Klopp did.
Yeah, we talked before we came on here, didn't we? Talk about the way Gahey only got the yellow and it was reviewed, but that's a goal scoring chance for Mo. It was on his right foot, but that's not part of the rules. What foot it's on? And he was, from about the pen spot a bit further right, like he was going to have a shot against Donnarumma, wasn't he? Until he got tugged. So how's that not a sending off? But Szoboszlai
It shouldn't be sending off, but that's the point. I'll ask the panel this too, because Lee and I'll let you guys in on what we were talking about before backstage. Lee and I were talking about this, and it was the fact that I think that if hypothetically, you talk about where the shirt pull starts or where he lets go of it, the likes. I think, considering we saw Virgil van Dijk's something about remember when his foot was marginally on the line or not, or if the player's foot was on the line, he got the card.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
Very. But this player, as in he obviously got fouled. Salah got fouled, and it was certainly a play that could have resulted in him getting an opportunity to score a goal. Yet the ball, they're arguing that maybe the ball's too far away from him to allow for that play to be an obvious goal scoring opportunity. However, I will say this is that the Allison call was the same situation where it was a pass that player is never getting to the ball.
That ball's gone.
It is gone. There's
gone.
no getting to the ball. So it's not like he prevented a scoring opportunity at all.
Yeah. Neville did at least put that into it when he said, you know, and he went, but like, you know, the ball's so far ahead.
He wasn't getting it.
Wasn't it?
He wasn't
like,
getting to it.
Yeah, 1,000 times out of 1,000, like, he's not going to get that ball. Never mind have a shot. There's no way he's going to keep it in play, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But yet
because like Allison touched him first when it was still in the box. What a shit rule that is.
I mean, I think
it's just a shit rule, that isn't it? Like, you know, if a player touches the ball and it's like out of play and he's got no chance of catching it, but then goes down, why should that be a fucking foul?
Should be a no call. Should be a no call.
I think it's a pen, honestly, but I think it's very soft. I mean, the ball was gone, in my opinion, and to me, he ran into Ali instead of Ali.
Yeah, exactly.
The one with the Mo Salah thing too. Sorry, you know how hard you have to pull a kit to get it to rip like that. I've tried ripping a kit before. It's very hard to pull a kit and get it ripped like that.
You tried to do your Hulk. You tried to get your Hulk Hogan on or something.
Yeah. I tried to do my Hulk thing. It's really hard to rip one of those kits, man. It really is. You have to be pulling on somebody really, really hard.
No, Mo was furious. He didn't get that
but that wasn't the first time. That wasn't the first time he thought he was fouled, and I don't think that was the first time he was fouled in the game too.
Oh, he was fouled all game.
Yeah, I think that there were a couple of times when they were letting play on, despite the fact that it should have been called a foul, and it's uniquely interesting because some players, notable like high profile players, get that call routinely. Mohamed Salah doesn't.
What it is for me, he thought he could get past him, like, you know, once he'd controlled it. But with a City player in the same position, they wouldn't be asked about getting past the player. All they want is the free kick. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. Like with Mo, he tries to stay on the feet so he can get the better of the guy, and then he doesn't get it. But, you know, in the same situation with City players, you gently touch them, like, and they fly on the floor, don't they?
But the Mo Salah penalty thing, though, sorry, the Mo Salah penalty thing, the ruling is that there was a player there, which Diaz was there if Mo had gone past Gueye. So technically, it's a little gray area there because Diaz was right there. He was right there.
Yeah, Diaz would have been.
He would have been able to come over.
Yeah, I can't complain about that.
Okay, but still, but if it's a foul too, and like as in how much should they put into showing the replay to show where the foul, where he actually let go of the kick, where he actually goes down. He's already in the box when he goes down, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he goes down inside the box, that means that the tug and the pull occurred at least on the line. And if his foot is on the line, guess what that is? That's a spot kick. And that's why I brought up the Virgil van Dijk situation. Yeah. If it's a penalty, then it's a penalty there. That's what I'm trying to get across. And I think that Mohamed Salah thought that should have been a penalty. I don't think he was arguing for him to get sent off. I think he was arguing for the penalty because he got taken down in the box.
Up until that point, he was outside the box, like, but how they've worked that one out puzzles me because if he doesn't pull him, he's going to have a shot. As I said, he went that far out. Penalty spot far out, wasn't it? But on the right-hand side. And he was on his right foot. But like I said before, that's not in the rules, was it? Well, Salah was on his right foot and might not have scored. Doesn't fucking matter, mate. He was going to blam it straight at the fucking goal. And that's a goal-scoring chance. So why wasn't the guy sent off? And then Dom was. I mean, slightly different situation or completely different situation, but the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? The denial of an opportunity and the sending off.
They look at it for when the pulling starts, I guess.
No, that's not. I get what you're saying, but there are times they look at it when the person actually releases normally from the pool, not when it starts. It's when it's released it, and he released it when he was already well into the box. That's when Salah went down, and I'm trying to say that if his foot is even touching the line, and he has a hold of his kit, that's a penalty kick.
Yeah, 100%. It is 100%.
Yeah, he's too honest to his own good in them positions, and we've seen it all his career at Liverpool. That he tries to do the right thing and keep on his feet and keep going.
Yeah, and that's
other teams you just don't get that. I don't like Marmouche. I think he's cheating, little fucker. Sorry.
I honestly think the one with the
it was the first one where he tried to get one off Ibu. It was just like, please. You know what I mean?
I think the one where Bernardo Silva put two hands on Moore was more of a penalty, in my opinion. In the box. Was more of a penalty for me because you got the guy both hands, not one hand, both hands. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, this is the Klopp spillover, man. It is what it is.
I just go off on a little tangent and say this, right?
No.
One of the main things that have annoyed me about Man City since they've been like all powerful is that they had all the money, the best players, the best manager, but they still resorted to cheating a lot of the time with their conduct on the pitch, which we never did. A lot of the times under Klopp, we won that fair, whatever it's called, where you get the least yellow cards, and our players don't tend to milk it. I mean, when our player can deceive an opponent out of a penalty or some shit, I'm not going to moan about it. But City, the way they conduct themselves on the pitch, and never have since Pep took over, is a fucking disgrace. Considering he had all the advantages on his side anyway of having the best squad, you know what I mean, and he's the best manager, and they still behave like they do on the pitch. That's just always appalled me. And fucking Rodri's one of the living embodiments of that, you know what I mean? Well, Rodri's handball, Goodison, that denied us the title, that was the first ever one that the PGMOL come out and said, that was a mistake. And I was like, well, thanks for that, mate. But the league's gone now. I'm grateful you've apologised, but they won the league by 1 point.
It made a difference.
Very much difference now, right?
But I read an article, right? I read an article that said the reason that City has not been charged or found guilty is because the Prem's going to lose too much money off of that. Because Haaland's going to leave and the manager's going to leave and all that's going to, what kind of bullshit is this here? What are we doing?
You're never going to be, Like I said, man, the 115 is just irrelevant. I knew
it's irrelevant, yeah.
They're never going to be charged. Why would they? And look, they've got the sheets.
We're still going to be good. The league is still going to be good without Man City. What do you mean?
I'll go one step better. I'll go one step better. The league will be better, I think, without Manchester City.
Well, we got Arsenal.
Because you have a. I would say only because Manchester City has taken advantage. And I know people say, "Oh, well, then that's what you do. That's what you expect most clubs to do is take advantage." But no, let's be honest. They have 115, if not 130 charges for a reason, in my opinion. And if you listen to what the charges are, or you actually listen to what they break it down as to being the charges, for 9 years, not like, it happened once, or, that was just one player. For 9 years, they cheated consistently, allegedly, to create the team that they did, this juggernaut of a team, bringing in players, paying under the table, allegedly, doing all these different manipulations or outright cheating tactics to have an unfair financial advantage. They already have a financial advantage with the amount of money they have, but then to go as far as to go to the level where they say, you know what, we're going to go one step further. We're going to use our financial advantage and cheat on top of that, allegedly. If I keep dropping allegations, so that alone to me says something of, bun Manchester City. I have no for all the City fans out there that obviously are going to sit there and try to protect their club and the likes. Of course, naturally, you're going to do that. But the reality of it is that you know that you're guilty. I think you know that you're guilty, and if the sheer fact of you knowing that you're guilty, but you're on the glove doesn't fit, so you must have quit. No, you can go and bun yourself with that.
That's the City got deducted. Like,
I think some of us that know that legal case.
Oh, we know the glove thing. We know the glove thing.
All right. No, some might not understand what I'm talking about.
Come on, that Bronco on the highway. Come on, man.
Yeah. Some might understand that.
Nah, but listen, this guy, a lot. Don't worry about this guy SPO, man. He's just trolling, bro. He's just trolling.
I know.
We'll welcome trolls. I love to deal with trolls.
You know what I mean? But yeah, at the end of the day, we don't get the calls. And I mean, listen, I can't blame all on Slot. Yes, tactics are bad, the subs are bad, but these players gotta take responsibility.
That's it.
All of them.
That's it. Yeah.
You're paid to do a job, man. Do your job, man. Like, just do your job.
Rocket side. Yeah, rocket side. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
I love that whole thing about the will to win and that, like, and you'll do anything to win, but it's got to be within the bounds of sportsmanship. And Pep in his later years, like some of his players, like the behaviour on the pitch, it's just fucking appalling. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
it is. But they win the big trophy, yeah. But they win the big trophies, and that's what it's about. And then they look at Bernardo Silva. I can't stand him. He's a rat, but he's one of the best players. Yeah, he's a quality player. He's a quality player.
He's a quality player that plays. He's a quality player, but he doesn't have to play dirty, and he does. That's the one thing I don't.
Dark arts of the game. Yeah, 12. Like all clubs, they have it. They have that player.
But dark arts of the game. He's a good player, but he used to bite and all that, so it's the same.
Yeah, and the racism and all that. Yeah, exactly. I can't stand him. Scumbag.
No. When I was a kid, it was
but the difference is that I wouldn't. I'm not defending Suarez.
When I was a kid, the Spanish used to try and do it, but they do it wrong and hilariously, like, and get sent off. And
even English players do it. Yeah,
Italians always have it down to perfection. You know, really winding an opponent up. And then the moment the opponent responds, they're on the floor, like, or whatever. They were great at that, the Italians. But it's something I don't like seeing in the game. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a
I hate it.
In games. It really pisses me off.
It's part of the game, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't like it, but it's part of the game.
Yeah, diving and all that cheating, I can't stand it. Especially when our plays, but it is what it is, unfortunately, sadly.
This is a crazy thing to say, but you see, like Tarkowski, that he's a nasty player. But you know what? He does it where nobody can see it, and he does it in such a way that, you know, it's not unnoticed. That's the kind of players we need in terms of this mentality in this team, because we don't have that kind of players. It's all rainbow and flowers in this team, man. I ain't trying to see that, bro. I ain't trying to see that. You know what I mean?
Give us some of that gritty stuff from the ghetto, from the ends. This is a survival story.
A
story.
Yeah, man.
Simeone might be on the outs at Atletico Madrid. You trying to bring him here or something? Is that what you're saying?
It's crazy, man. Listen, at the end of the day, Slot have to take some blame, and the players have to take some blame. And he doesn't. I don't feel like he instills confidence in these guys, man. I really, honestly, don't think so. I mean, I look back at the game against Barcelona, certain 4-0, when we were down. Imagine being down 3-0 to the best team in the world. You see the sort of performance those guys went out and did. That's what you call confidence from a coach, man. You know what I'm saying? You would run through walls, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel that these guys would. I just don't think they would. You know what I mean?
Not under this manager. You ain't got that energy.
Yeah, it's just it's different characters, isn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. Every character is different.
Everything in football, yeah. You know what I mean? And this guy's personality is too robotic in that way, where he wants to show the world he's a serious guy. But for me, the way you show you're serious is by showing us the trophies. You know, you don't understand that.
Too much woke football going on, man. Too much woke football players and all this nonsense, man. Just get to playing the game, man. Just make it simple. It's simple game. Move. Pass and move.
The great and the good of Dutch football were there tonight. Koeman, all the other big names.
Tuchel was there. Everyone was there. And then we pulled that bullshit off at the end of the match. Last 15 minutes. It was a joke. It was a pantomime. And it's happened too many times now.
loving the whole idea of Dutch football, that total football, because they had that brilliant team and couldn't win the World. Two beaten finalists to two like massively inferior teams like the West Germany and Argentina teams that built them, beat them. But it's always been a great thing, like the way the Dutch do it. But it's a strange thing, like with the managers, there hasn't been much success in the Prem. Arnie's got one. Did Hiddink get one for Chelsea?
No, he won. I think he won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup for them.
Yeah, seems to do it here, like, but
Van Gaal, one of the best Dutch managers, never won anything here. I mean, they don't really do good, man.
Yeah.
Bless up Norman in the chat. How you
big up Norman.
Van Gaal Ajax team, because it was all young kids who cost them fuck all, and to beat that Milan team, that expensive Milan team, was just brilliant.
Overthinking the players, like overcomplicating football. Football is a simple game, and the Dutch managers seem to overcomplicate it. You know, and when you look at Slot's tactics throughout the game, he used like 5 right backs in one game, man. This guy.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Come on. And everyone's got a philosophy of how football should be played, like all 5 of us here. And who's right out of all of us? You know what I mean? Arne Slot thinks he's right in the way he does it. Why he won the league last season? But right now, he needs to switch his game up and realise in the Champions League, we're playing pretty well. And in the Premier League, we're awful. So what's going on here? And for me, the timing right now for Alonso to come in is perfect. We'll have the rest of this season to get his feet warm and then go into next season after the World Cup and get into it. Because for me, I think we're going to jeopardise any chance we have to get Champions League football next season. So the owners really need to think about that one. You know,
real quick. Wait, real quick. JK and Nalante. We'll go JK, Nalante, Lee, and Ross. Is Sunderland make or break then?
Of course. Even today was for me.
That's your Sunderland is your line in the sand.
The last time we played them, yeah.
Last time we played them.
You know what I mean?
That was just before Christmas.
My make or break was Manchester United beating us at Anfield, bro. That
is horrible. Oh my god.
Painful.
Thanks for that, Crab. I'm going to go to the toilet and throw up now.
I'm sorry,
we've lost to both Manchester teams at home.
Oh, Harry Maguire. Oh my lord.
What's going on here? Like, come on. We've beat big teams this season. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, whatever. We've done the job on a lot of teams this season. But for today, we should have won that game. Man United, we should have won that game. So there's some games, big games, that he's sort of messed up. And today was one of them games.
I will admit this. That you got to now that the way that you're saying it. And I want to hear. I want to hear if everyone's line in the sand's been passed already, or if Sunderland is a line in the sand that you draw for making a change. But thinking about it, there have been some absolutely sackable offenses. I think PSV is a sackable offense. The way that we lost to them. Mm-hmm. I think obviously you spoke on the Sunderland game. That's a Forest. Yeah, true. The fact that we lost to Manchester United, not a Manchester United under Carrick, by the way.
Okay. We lost to Bournemouth just the other day.
We lost to Bournemouth. It's the sheer fact that we've lost to. We've now just lost a double against Manchester City. Obviously, the first time in 89 years that's ever happened.
You know how many of those records we're breaking at 12? You know how many bad records we're breaking? It's crazy.
Yeah.
We are. That's right. We're breaking a lot of bad records.
Haaland's not ever scored. Haaland's never scored at Anfield, bro.
Never.
And he's in it today.
That's today.
There you go, another one.
Yeah.
But what's going on here? Right. What the hell is going on, man? Look, for me, if you're a manager of Liverpool, what you do, you get a big piece of paper and write these things down. Look, Haaland hasn't scored at Anfield. Make sure that don't fucking happen today. No, them sort of little quotes. Like, put them on the fucking wall. Let the players read it before they go out, man. I'm sick of this shit now.
But it was a penalty, to be fair. It was a penalty. Like, he scored with a penalty kick. Like, that's, I mean, you know what I mean? Unless he was not.
Yeah, it's a good header for Bernardo Silva. It just swam up nicely for him, didn't it? But he was like the first one to read it and go. just knot it down, like, and that was
Quick,
it. We were
just to get it.
really from that point on. We were really undone from that point on, where we got the equaliser. Like, we just didn't have it within us to resist them after that, which was sad. Like,
Yeah.
But Lee, I call it handbrake FC, right? Every time we score and we go in the ascendancy, we get pulled back in somehow into defending and bringing everybody back.
Simple as.
Like, I don't understand this. Why can't we go and punish a team? We were in the ascendancy when we scored. Like, why can't we go bring subs on and go for a second? We all started defending. You could see it. Everybody, you cannot allow City. City is an elite team. You cannot sit back and defend against City, especially with our defending capabilities this season. You cannot. You cannot. And it's just
even
common sense, bro. That's what it is. Common sense.
You can't.
You got a bit of common sense about it. Hold on a second. When you got a bit of common sense about as a football manager, you should know. Don't give City the ball in the last 12 minutes of a fucking game. Simple as. Simple. So what you do, you tell your players keep hold of the ball and keep it moving.
Keep it pushing.
Make sure they don't get the ball. It's like, come on, man.
What I was hoping for was today would be like 2 wins on the spin, and then we could actually remember what it felt like to be a side like in the Premier League that won games in a row, and we'd carry on at Sunderland. That was best case scenario. Now we've just got to win that game to keep up with. I mean, we had to win today's game to keep up with Chelsea and United.
United,
I couldn't think of 2 worst teams to be in a battle with, like. You know what I mean? But that's
can I ask you guys the panel a question? Like a serious question. Please don't use your heart, use your head. Do y'all honestly think we're making top 4? Honestly.
No cursing, too. Wait, hold on. No cursing, Lee, as well. No cursing.
Top 4. Y'all think we're getting
5? I'll predict 5. Sorry, do you know what? I've got a good vocabulary. I can think of like different ones. Sometimes it just pops out. Effing is the one, isn't it? You don't actually have to say it. Effing is the one.
Okay.
So does anybody think we're getting top 4, please? Guys, I just want to know.
Oh, do you know what I do want to say? If you hold on. If you rewind to the summer, right? I was laughing, because there's now 5 Champions League places and there was last season.
It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed a 5th.
I know.
It's not. But it looks like considering
it will be,
that
most likely
it will be considering that the top 8 teams. I think we were what 3 or 4 of the team, because the only team that didn't make the top 8. The only team that didn't make it was Newcastle. So
Newcastle. I was laughing.
The coefficient will be adjusted for us.
About it, the way in the old days there was only 4 places, and the amount of times we finished 5th. Or 4th or 3rd and missed out on the Champions League. I said, it's easy now. And if the clubs like Man United and Chelsea, we've got 5 bloody places. And I remember laughing about it, saying, like, we're not going to have that problem. Like,
exactly.
I think that the way to answer your question, in my opinion, to answer your question, Russ, is I think that we can make top 5.
With your head, with your head.
I know, with my head, only because of this. I'm saying I believe we can make top 5 because, one, I don't know. I rate Villa, but I don't know what's going on with Villa. Villa is slowly kind of puttering out a little bit.
Yeah, but how far behind are we from Villa? Points wise.
We're not that.
Few injuries in the right places could derail Villa. You haven't got the biggest of squads, and I'm hoping that's still a factor.
But I get your confidence. But listen, we're in the same points as Brentford, and everything
6 points off. 6 points off of Villa. We're 6 points off.
It's gonna have made it 3 today. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, no, and I get that. I'm not. And Villa's in 3rd place, by the way. Villa's in 3rd place. But why I'm saying it that way is because I still think, despite what Manchester United and what Chelsea are doing, Chelsea less so than Manchester United, I believe too, by the way, but I still think that they're going through that manager bounce, purple patch syndrome right here. And I don't think that this is they're going to have all of a sudden Manchester United with their new coach, and Chelsea included with their new coach, is all of a sudden going to have a 8-game winning streak or a 10-game. I do think that for instance, I do think that Manchester United fan is going to have his hair grow a lot longer.
Man United's on 4, and their schedule are pretty easy. They're on 4. And we still got to play Man United, and we still got to play Chelsea again. So that's going to be key games, right?
Key games.
I just don't think listen. Sunderland, I don't see us winning that game at the Stadium of Light.
That's how bad it is.
I don't see it. Are we missing our best midfielder too, which probably would be playing right back? But I don't know who we play right back in this game. We're gonna take another midfielder. What were we doing? I don't even know.
Lee is.
Against Sunderland, you mean? You mean against Sunderland?
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's
Lee.
gonna play right back?
Get your
Who's gonna
beats
play
ready,
right
Lee.
back?
What told
You know, I think I
was a player.
There you go.
Because it
I
wasn't
know.
good.
Lee, you go get the coach at 6 in the morning tomorrow, buddy.
Get him to pick you up from outside your yard, bro. It's only down the road.
Oh, you see right
there.
He's sorted.
Yeah.
Right back.
Look at
Wednesday.
there's Lee back when he used to play for Liverpool back then.
Lee,
Yeah.
man, look at that.
I wasn't much older than that. Like,
Them little skinny chicken legs looking good, bro. Come on,
There
now.
you go, man. Some pace on the
Send
right
your
back in
CV
it.
tonight, bro. Send your
Yeah.
CV over to Slot tonight. Get it done.
Yeah.
It was the pace,
I was just
an
gonna-
abundance of pace, and I had a tricky mind on how to beat people.
There you-
Just never worked out.
There you go, Lee. That's the play you need.
I had no end product. I was just fast, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I was just going to say, I think that it's for my answer to that question would be that I think that Gomez plays right back for us in the next game against Sunderland.
He's not.
if
He's
he's
injured.
available.
He's not available.
Well,
Slot said he's
he-
not available.
I know. Well, he might be available next week.
Slot said
He
he's
wasn't
not.
available for. Oh, I thought.
And it's okay. I watched the conference after the game. Slot said no, Frimpong or Gomez. So they're
Right.
both out. And
Right,
he
I
said that
thought
we
just
were
for this
improved.
game. I thought
Go
he was
ahead. Go ahead.
referencing
No,
something.
he meant
No.
they were asking about the midweek game.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, unless I heard it wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Well,
But
if,
he said
even
that
if
we improved from 2 months ago in our footballing. I mean,
well, that's a different story. That's
how do you improve from losing 9 out of 12? You can't go worse than that.
That's spin. That's spin right there.
Yeah,
but what I
anyway,
was,
sorry.
yeah, I would go as far as to say that if Gomez was available, even if he's on a little bit of a rusty comeback, then I would still say he possibly gets the nod. But I'm hoping, and this is what I believe there are certain cases where, you talked about Connor Bradley earlier. I believe that there are cases where players get a sliding door opportunity.
Correct.
And this could be Ramsey's sliding door opportunity.
Feeling you 12th. I'm feeling you 12th. I got you, bro.
That's what I'm hoping, and I know I'm not saying that Ramsey is the savior to our problems. I'm not saying he's going to come in and be a regen of Trent Alexander-Arnold in the position for us. But what I am saying is that it's the same thing that we went through when a lot of us, not so much myself, I will openly admit, but I mean a lot of us in the sense of Reds were begging Jurgen Klopp at the time to stop playing midfielders in our center half position. Go out, either buy a center half or play the center halves that we did. And finally, when we did, there's no way that anyone was saying, the savior to our season was going to be Natty Phillips.
Oh,
no one was saying that exactly. No one was saying that Reece Williams, that Reece was going to be the savior to our team, or even a Kabak.
Yeah.
What we were saying is that
Champions League don't want it.
End of stream.
Yeah, end of stream now. I know.
Come on, man.
Kabak.
Come on, man.
Yes.
No, well,
he's the Terminator hands.
Flashback, didn't he, tonight? Alisson's getting
credit. I like that.
When his last gasp header saved us, and put us into the Champions League, and then the following season we went all the way to the bloody final, and should have won the league as well. I thought we were the better team in that final, had more playing chances, but they were just smarter, weren't they? It was the first time under Klopp that I thought we were predictable. And Ancelotti said the word, that's probably why I'm using it now. He said it after the final. He said Liverpool were predictable. And it was the first time under Klopp that I ever felt that. But Alisson's header to get us there, into that final. He was on that one, wasn't he, late on tonight, getting up for that bloody header. And then when it fucked up, when it messed up, it was like, shit, there's no one on goal. What's going to happen here? Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, I was scared when I saw Ali had the ball at his feet and he slipped.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh no,
Man, Ali had
that made me think of. I'm not going to say what it made me think of, but I'm sure some of us had that same. Yeah, it's a little bit different.
When we first bought him, he tried that Cruyff turn and it got nicked off him and went in the net. That one. Is that what you were thinking of?
Oh well, I was thinking of a different player, but it was different.
It was the one and only time he's done that, Alex, and it was when he was new. He tried some Cruyff turn in the right back position on someone or other, and it just didn't work. Like, the guy took it off and stuck it in the net.
But in all fairness, though, did we give this young centre back Nalo a chance to play? Why can't we give Ramsey a chance to play? He got red carded, but we still played him. And who has more experience, Nalo or Ramsey? I think Ramsey probably does.
I'll tell you. I'll push back. Not push back, but I'll give this 2 cents worth. Look, you're talking about a coach that you're allowed to bring 9 substitutions, and on that bench we have two subs that are goalkeepers.
Yeah, I know that wouldn't hurt.
If you think and expect players like Endo or Ramsey or Tranioni, Rio are really going to get viable looks at because when you look at I remember it was at one point I remember in the game I just started like you ever start looking at to remind yourself who's on the bench and you're just like you're like scratching your head like who are we going to call on for a miracle on this one? You're asking for a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, however old Rio is, to come off the bench and give us an option.
But he's fearless, 12. He's fearless.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not possible. And it's not a knock against Rio. I'm talking about Arne Slot's perspective on the players. That's all I'm saying.
My bad.
Yeah. No, he's not
looking at the bench and being like, yeah, Rio.
Yeah,
he's going to be the one.
Today wouldn't have been a good day to have.
No, I would want the Chiesa. I would want the Chiesa. I would have went towards asking Chiesa to get me something from this game before I went to Rio. To be honest with you, but 94th minute,
microwave minutes. You got to call him, man. Microwave minutes. And you can see when Chiesa come on, he actually attacked the.
He had a shot on goal.
Yeah, he had a shot on goal.
Yeah.
I can't say that for Cody, and I know that's your boy 12, but
I know that's 2 times now. You called that out, but I got you.
But I know. I mean, even this. Can we try Robbo at right back? Like, is that such a
I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there.
I mean, you just on the other side, but you can still use your feet. Like, still a defender.
No, I'm right there with you on that. I'm absolutely right there.
Man, I don't know, man. There's so much.
You know why? Because Robbo knows how to. Robbo would have been smarter in holding the line. The offside trap,
thank you,
more so than a Dom.
Yeah,
because Dom's not used to doing that.
Exactly.
One decision I was happy with was that we kept Cozy on after we went in front in the hope of hitting them on the break rather than bringing Curtis on instantly. And I thought that was worth a gamble, to try and finish them off. And that was obviously the idea of not bringing Curtis on instantly when we went in front. So you got to give Arne a bit of credit for that. Like, he did want to win the game. Like, he wanted to actually win it.
I don't know about that.
At his best.
Wait a minute. I'm not standing like talking
the job or
I'm about to say, I don't know about that.
It felt a bit for the man tonight.
I don't know about that one, brother.
No, I don't know about that one either.
You gonna tell me to Cody back to do a counter attack? Cody got.
Well, the game was different. Like, once we went in front, like, the game would have played out different if they were desperately searching for the equaliser. And Cody is good when he's got space to run into. So I did understand him doing that. I mean, he only made the sub, like, didn't he? After they equalised, that was it. After they equalised, which was a bit fucking pointless, really. Like, well,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's why I don't understand that logic, to be honest with you. If he goes and makes that substitution like he did, let me bring up the exact timing that he did bring it up. In the game, he brought on Curtis Jones in the 85th minute after it was
Jesus.
already 1-1.
Well, like, what is that? Like, what?
We went ahead in the 74th minute, Lee. If you're going to tell me that he's going to bring on Curtis Jones to help us control, have possession, be able to dictate the play by having a player that's good with the ball at his feet, he's going to be able to dribble and get out of, be press resistant, because we're not searching for the goal. Manchester City is searching for the goal. Then I would have been like, cool, I get it. However, if you're going to tell me that he kept Cody Gakpo on, who as Rasta is saying, I do love myself, Agent Cody. He's one of my guys,
he was beyond awful tonight.
But that doesn't make sense.
Talking about,
that doesn't make sense.
Cody,
in my opinion, that doesn't make sense.
Counter-attacking, not the guy.
To be honest, like when we brought Curtis on, it didn't make any bloody difference. Like
it didn't. I'm putting on the left wing. It didn't. It didn't make any sense.
But that's the point of what I'm getting at, is that we're a team that says that we don't have any. Apparently, we have no one to rotate in this team. Where we only have 2 players that can make a difference in this game.
Yeah,
that's basically what you're saying. We have 9 men on the bench. Actually, if you count the goalkeepers out, so we have seven players on the bench that we can call on to change this game. And I would say Arne Slot doesn't trust easily 2/3 of them to go on there and do a job.
Facts.
If you slot out, then it's a good result. I mean, look, nobody wants us to bloody lose. I'm saying the whole thing about calling him a fraud bullshit. Like, it's
I'm not calling him a fraud.
No one said that. No one said that.
I mean, a fraud. Now he won the league title. He
Lee.
out to be the manager we might have thought he'd be.
No one has said that once.
Say, like, what does the manager was Arne Slot would go, well, he was here 2 seasons and he won us the league in one of them. Do you know what I mean? That's not fraudulent. Like, he might not be the manager we hoped he'd be, like, but
not one of us has said that he's a fraud. Not one of us has used the words or terminology that you've used once. No one's been disrespectful by calling him the
marginally rhymes with ball
fraud or whatever people use. No one has mentioned anything.
Thing. It's like the easiest thing you can think of, like,
But Lee, but the thing about it is, no one in the chat, and not even SBO has used that word in this whole over 2 hours of this episode. Not one of us has gone as far as to say that, but we can go as far. We can go as far as to say that you can look at things he did in this game and call it into question. And like I said, I just brought up the fact of we've now lost. The last time we lost to Manchester City twice in the league was 1937. 1936, 1937 season.
Crazy.
Dude, that's before World War II. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
But Lee, are you still with Slot? Is Lee still with Slot? I'm not sure. Is he?
If he wants to play tomorrow,
no.
If you want to play against
9 o'clock at the coach.
Like, I have to forget him now. Do you know what I mean? Come to that decision a couple of months ago, like that he hasn't got the answers, like, and has to move on.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Oh, no wonder you're getting game time recently then.
I do think keeping him in the job till the summer is fair after winning us the league, like, because God knows we haven't won that many. I mean, I'm slightly older than you guys, a few years, like. And,
nah, you're not older than me, man. Come on now.
Lee was there. Lee was there in 1936, 37.
I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to say, he's like,
Next time I went to
Anfield, 36, 37.
Man City, right, and we lost.
Liverpool and that.
Man City were rubbish then. I can't remember it because it was very little. And what was it? Bruce Grobbelaar was having one of his first appearances, and he made 2 howlers, and Kevin Reeves scored, and that was like that was it. That was the John Bond win that they mentioned before. Fucking hell, that didn't tally with me before. John Bond and Kevin Keegan in 2003, And then Guardiola won here, didn't he, when we had no centre-backs and no fans in the stadium, which isn't really a win, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Lee's going to start talking about when it was like said in the chat, when there was 2 shillings to go to the games or something like that.
Nah, it was
But,
£1
shillings with the Liverpool.
Yeah, the leather ball.
I wasn't even a twinkle in my great-grandparents' eye, man.
And then it quickly became
Twinkle, little star. How you wonder what these are?
Yeah.
My second season, it was £2.20, which was only 40p more. Like, so it's a few more coins in your pocket, whatever. Like,
there you have it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the abomination of having to have a ticket, you have to go through that. That you have to have a ticket.
Oh, say, can't you sing?
Really? Let's not do that.
No,
We don't
let's
want
not
to hear
do
that right
That's
now.
not good. No, not at all. Jeez. Yeah, man. Not the only thing worse is to say is that, I mean, at least I guess maybe we've got the Olympics to watch. Maybe you can watch.
Oh,
those.
that's rubbish.
Come on, there's no black folks. There's no black
That's
folks in the
rubbish,
Winter Olympics, man. I'm not watching that. Come on.
No,
You don't like no cold
I
and
used
ice.
to love
Come
it
on,
when I
bro.
was young.
Nah,
When
bring
I
me
was
some
young,
curling. Curling's my sport. I love curling.
Curling.
Get it? Yeah. Sorry, you, Rasta Crab, you and Todd could be a team.
Rasta Crab.
I don't know what country
I
you're going to
know.
represent, but you two can
Bro.
team up.
Listen,
Rasta
right now
crab
it's
up in-
minus
up in
32
Canada.
degrees in Canada. Okay,
Exactly.
minus 32.
No,
Okay,
Isn't curling?
Oh,
isn't curling
my
like?
Lord.
Isn't curling a national sport up in Canada or something? Don't you?
yeah,
have-
curling. Yeah, curling is one of our main
Exactly.
sports. Yeah,
It's like don't you have like a league or something? The
I call
curling
it
league or
pitching
something?
rocks because I have no idea how it's played. I
But
don't.
no, me
I
and
got
12
you.
of fans. Me and 12 of fans.
JK does.
I like
Us
it.
in this
I
last
like
night.
it.
It does look like a really good game to have a go of. Like them things.
Lee.
You couldn't pick one up, could you? It looks too heavy. But I love that bit where you mop in front of it, like. And
You know what, Lee?
Yeah.
Lee, I've got an idea for you. JK's a great player. Maybe he'll come up Liverpool and Lee, you and JK can pair up, do curling. Yeah, one could be City, one could be Liverpool. Yeah, JK's a great player.
Get it go.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You mentioned
Arne
the
Slot in,
Olympics.
Arne Slot
You
out,
mentioned
in,
the
out,
Olympics
in,
in Canada, and I remember Ben Johnson. Remember that? Ben Johnson won
Of
easily.
course, the Canadian sprinter.
Oh yes, we know the drug cheat. Yeah,
Yeah. That was a massive one. When
Massive. Yeah. That wasn't.
What's his name?
I don't think that's not one of Canada's finest moments. By the way.
No,
So-
yeah, exactly.
I mean, like,
That's
I don't
probably
know
one
what
of
you're
our
doing.
darkest ones, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
no, it
Exactly.
wasn't. That was my thing when I was like,
there you go, man.
boy, I was
The equivalent for the World Cup is one wrestler.
Yeah, hey, man.
There you go.
Wow.
We had the World Cup, so we got something to support, man.
Support in it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
innit?
gotta support Canada, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, there you go, man.
All right, let's do this real quick then. Let's do a quick ratings here because I do have some ratings here. Let's go through the squad and give the ratings for our
I got like
team.
5 minutes left, so let's do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, how about tell me who got the highest rating for you and who got the lowest rating for you, if you want to do it that way.
Oh, okay.
That way you can get your 2 picks in.
Lowest rated.
Give you basically your
start with
bottler or baller, basically all over.
Let's start with the lowest rating. I would say Cody Gakpo, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Gotta be you. Gotta be you.
all right.
Highest rating. I'm gonna give it to Kirkez, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Tom showed the moment of
Not
brilliance.
saying not wow as in like, oh, he's not deserving, but I'm just saying, wow, okay, that's a shot though.
Yeah, no, Dom did hit a beautiful free kick, amazing, but he also got a red card and he also kept the player onside for the goal. I mean, I don't blame him for all of it, but yeah, I mean, come on, that's three different things. Like, I mean, 2 different things that cost us. So yeah, for me, that's just my reasoning. Sorry.
There was no single player who was particularly awful tonight, but Mac disappointed me. Cozy and Mo weren't great. Cozy was even less effective than Mo, but we sort of come to expect that now, like the way we're playing now. It's hard for them to get into the game and make an impact, and I was hoping that Mac would have some sort of triumphant return to form that would get us a result, but it just didn't happen, did it? And I'm sort of losing faith in him now for the first time. since he's been under question. I've been defending him loads, saying, "Oh, he's not fit," blah blah blah. But now it just looks in doubt for me with him.
Did you say Cody and Mo had good games?
No, I said that they were like notably shit, but McAllister was worse because I wasn't expecting it as much.
I was like, oh, sorry.
Cody Mo aren't doing well this season in their positions. Like, the odds are stacked against them for a good performance, but I was hoping McAllister could help us out tonight, and it didn't really go off that way.
All right. Well, all right. I will. Is there anything you want to say to the chat before you bounce out? I know you said you only like 5 minutes, so
yeah.
Give you
No, proper. I'll let you know.
Oh, okay, you're good like that. Okay,
I'll let you know.
All right, well then, let me do this then. Well, I'll just go through. Ali, just don't give a reason. Just give your grades.
Like how are we doing the grades? A, B, C, or numbers?
You can do a number. You want to do that?
Okay,
1 out of 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What would
10 being what?
10 being 10 being not this
10 being shit or 10 being great?
Yeah. Yeah. It is not.
I just want to know where we're going, man.
Right. It's not bad meaning good. Nah. It's not on that. Okay. No.
Oh, he's bad.
Your show, brother. I'm just here. This is your show.
No Michael Jackson settings here right now.
All right.
Pick up MJ. Pick up the MJ. Ali, let's go Ali. What was go real quick. We'll just keep the same order. We'll just go we'll go Crab. Let's go across the board. Go Crab.
Ali 6.
Go to Malante. 6? Okay.
Yeah, he was a little
Malante, JK, and then Lee. Go ahead.
Ali 3.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
JK, what's your rating?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. All right. How about for you, Lee?
For Ali, I'll give him a 7.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. I gave Ali.
What it was with the penalty. One of his things is being quick to situations and racing off his line. Only it's a bit slower.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. We're just bringing
Lee.
We believe you.
Lee, we're doing it by we're not going through no explanation. Lee, we're just giving the raid. That's it.
We're just
giving the raid. That's it, and we're moving on.
That way, we can get them all in. All right. Dominic Szoboszlai. Go ahead.
I'll give Dom. Sorry, I'll give Dom 7.
Okay. How about you, Malante?
5.
Dang.
Yeah, JK.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Look, bro, he sort of messed the game up for us after he nearly won it for us. What can you give him? 5.
No, and he had actually I think the best celebration of the day. The snap was cool. That was cool.
But that didn't get me 3 points, bro.
It's not his fault if he didn't say
He's always so holding on desperately.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, go ahead. So,
Lee.
What was your rating?
I'll give him a solid 7. I'll give Ali one. So, yeah, I'll keep it at the 7. I thought he did what he needed to do most of the time in defence. Got that goal. Was bright and lively in moments when he could get into the game, which weren't too often. So I'll give him a 7.
Okay. I gave Dom a 7 myself. What was your rating for Ibu?
Solid 6.
Okay. All right. Malante?
Yeah, I agree. 6.
Okay. JK?
I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay. All right. Lee?
I'll give him a 7. Looks solid and focused tonight.
Okay. I gave Ibu a 6 out of 10. All right. How about for our captain?
5.
Okay. Malante?
He's 6, but he's shattered. He really is shattered. 6.
Okay. JK? Excuse me.
Yeah, 6.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
I'll give him a 7. Neville remarked on how much more he's had to do this season in the Liverpool side, and he was right.
Lee, you know there's other numbers, man. You've been getting all 7s, man. Jesus.
We lost, bro.
All right. Let's just get through it. BBD got a 6 for me. Milos Kirkes is.
Can I give a 0.5 or you don't allow that?
You can do it. 0.5, sure.
7.5. My man at the match.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Malante?
For now, Graham, I think I'm drinking what you're drinking. Yeah, he's my man of the match as well. And the same score, 7.5.
Big up yourself, brother.
Yeah.
I want to be in there.
We'll toast to that.
All right. What did you got, JK?
Same as, bro, because for me, he was just pure energy. And I knew the first time I seen Kirkes, I said, this guy's going to, when he lands his feet on the ground and gets in the rhythm of playing for Liverpool, this guy is going to be top. Imagine getting marked by this guy, bro. Oh, you can't. He don't leave you alone.
I know.
So he was great today. I think the rest of the team sort of let him down. Him and Szoboszlai have been sort of good recently together.
If we're gonna yell at Lee, we gotta yell at you too, JK. Really give me
JK, come on,
man. Yeah. No one's learning, man. I'm keeping it nice and sweet.
You gotta come with the cool people, JK. Come on.
JK's got the sources being affected.
Yeah. Lee, go ahead.
I'm going down to 7.5, Bruce, as well. It's the highest mark of all our defenders, and he was the pick of our players tonight. It's continuing.
What do you have him 12?
More importantly,
no, sorry, I gave him a 7, but that was that's.
You have to be the party pooper, you know. See,
there you go.
Terrible,
I already made the graphics. I can't change it on the fly like you guys.
12, man, all that.
All right. Alexi McAllister.
2.5.
What? What?
Non-existent, man.
Oh my god.
He made one pass. No, honestly.
Okay.
One pass.
Everyone gets one pass. Everyone gets one mulligan, I guess.
No, but he made one pass. One good pass in the first half, I think, to the striker, and that was it. I didn't remember anything he did other than that. That was a shot on goal, but that was it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, sorry. Can I change it? I give him a 3.
There you go. That's love. Go ahead.
McAllister text him that I heard what you said.
Yeah, McAllister's looking at him like, where are you giving him, Nolante?
Man, I'm disappointed in you, crowd, for that rating. In that case, and I'm going to give him a 4.
Oh, wow. All right.
Wow. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
That's all right, man. Listen, man, I just have to build you up there.
Oh, my days.
JK, how about for you?
Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
Okay.
Wow.
And Lee.
I am disappointed in a bad mood with him, but I'll give him at least a 5.3, which I think, ironically, is the height that Alexis McAllister is. He gets as many marks as he has inches.
But anyway, we'll pause that.
That's for sure.
Wow. You guys are gonna be mad at my score, I guess. Then.
What'd you do?
7.
Huh?
Wow.
Nah, bro.
Okay,
come on.
no problem.
What are you drinking, man?
Yeah.
Whatever you.
So what did you say? We lost the game today, right? We lost the game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. On the left-hand side on that one, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know we won.
Bro.
I think. Oh, you thought Alexa McAllister was Bernardo Silva. I get it.
Gotcha. No, yeah, there you go.
You're getting your short and boys mixed up, man.
There you go. All
What's in your cup, man?
I know. I'll circle back to explain, but let's just get through these, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go with the only person that actually has a sound clip on my board here. Ryan Gravenberg.
5.
Okay. Malante?
Hard conversations, man, with my guy, Ryan. Yeah. It was definitely weren't no gravy today, mate. It's more like cheap Bisto. I'll just quickly say that the first half, if you would have performed that in the second half, he would be getting 0, but he improved a little bit. So 4.
Okay. JK?
You know what? I reckon he played pretty good. When you watch his movement and what he was doing most of the game, he played pretty well. I think he was our best midfielder. So 6.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like this rating show. This is crazy.
Yeah.
All over the place, isn't it?
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Lee, what was your number for there you go.
I'll give him I'll give him a 6.4. I agree with Jay that he was our best midfielders today, but that wasn't saying an awful lot. He tried his best to get things going in a few situations, like and be influential, but within the team performance, it just didn't really happen, did it?
Lee brought it back to the Beatles settings of when I'm 64. I got you. 6. I gave him a 6. All right. I don't have any sound effects for the rest of these players, so I'm gonna go with Flo.
With who?
Florian Wirtz.
Florian. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Not enough involvement in the game. 6.
Okay. Go ahead, Mamate.
The man formerly known as 009. Oh God, that's hard. 5.
Okay. How about for you, JK?
I'm gonna give him a 4, and that's probably the lowest I've ever gave him.
Yeah, it is.
Because when you look at the opposition, it was set for him to smash it today. Yeah, that's why I'm really disappointed in him today, man. He should have scored, actually.
Yeah, he should have, JK.
He should have scored.
Yeah, he should have, man. Should have laced that through.
He could have picked it anywhere. What did he do? He did that pass sort of shot into the goalie or whatever. Could have picked up anywhere, bro. Oh, I was sort of celebrating before he even had the ball. I was like, he's scoring here.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? He's one of them players. So, 4, man.
Okay. Lee? Flo?
I think he was that bad. I'll give him a flat 6. Like Ryan, he tried to get into it and influence things as best he could, but within a fairly flat performance, like it just didn't happen. But he tried a few things, didn't come off, but he was largely anonymous, wasn't he?
Okay. I gave Flo a 7. All right.
You said 7?
Yeah.
You are
Crap. Let's just wait till he's finished. Let's just wait until after the ratings, and then we'll get out 12 as well.
I know.
JK, let's hold up, guys. Let's wait till finish it, and we'll get into him.
We got 5 more players. So
yeah.
Out coach.
He wants us to forget by then, isn't it?
yeah. There you go.
Oh, the streets doesn't forget. The streets don't forget.
Yeah, we don't forget, bro. Streets are always
here. They're here. All right, Hugo.
Man, so underwhelming today, bro. 4. He wasn't good, man. Shouldn't have missed that header. Sorry.
Malate.
Yeah, Crab summed it up really. 4. One thing I will say is he doesn't stay in the penalty box. He just drifts too out when we need him in there, and that's why someone like an Isak would have been handy in this game. But it's just wishful thinking anyway.
Are we thinking alike, bro? Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Cook, bro.
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because he's always drifting this dude.
Yeah.
Feeling it getting in the way of Gakpo sometimes as well.
And then Gakpo in the way of Perkins.
Yeah, it's just,
It's like a line. It's like a queue at the
Circle
post
of life,
office.
man. Circle of life.
Exactly.
It's weird that Curtis Jones gets attracted by the left side of the game. I don't understand it. What's happening on the top left, man? Is there a McDonald's up there or something?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro?
All
But
right.
for me,
So what is it? What's your
ever
rating?
since the media have always chucking a microphone in front of Wirtz or Ekitike's face, the question is, oh, how you getting on with playing with Ekitike, Hugo, and how you getting on playing with Wirtz? The combination's there, isn't it? And that's all I've fucking heard all the last few weeks now. Not just one journalist. That's all they're asking. How do you reckon? And Wirtz ends up saying, I love playing with Hugo. I'm thinking, how old are you, bro? Kindergarten. You know what I mean? It's like, ever since they started talking about it, they're not connecting no more. That's what I'm saying about the media, bro. They're fucking annoying.
And then Jared had to spoil it, JK.
Yeah, what's
Sorry,
your grade?
sorry.
Yeah, what's your grade? What's the number you want to drop for Hugo? 4? Okay. Lee, what's your number for Hugo?
Don't want to be too harsh. He had a few moments, but like compared to some of his recent performances, today was disappointing. But there were reasons for that. There wasn't a whole lot created for him, so I'll give him a 5.9. 5.9.
Okay, 5.9. I gave Hugo a 3 out of 10.
Oh,
Tough man, doing the madness, you know. Jeez.
I know. I'm gonna have a lot of my ratings are gonna be called into question, I'm sure.
If I could give you 5 thumbs for that, I would. 5 thumbs down.
5 thumbs down.
He did defend him quite well, Kuchanov and Gay. I was actually quite impressed with Pep's plan and the way they got the victory. Because I'm not saying he's done, and I don't like to denigrate him, like, you know, say he's only a checkbook manager. But I was impressed with the way, like, he got things done today. Guardiola, it looked in the balance, wasn't it, at one point? Like, but he managed to do his stuff and that. Like,
we have just 5 more. So just give your ratings. Let's just give our ratings. So we.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes to count it. Let's do this, guys. Come on.
Salah
for me. The man get beat. Everybody like they love Salah because they're hugging him and all that. But he didn't do good. 4.
Okay. Nolante?
yeah, just about right. Moved a little bit, so yeah, 4.
Okay. JK?
I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Lee?
I'll go.
It's okay.
I'll go 5.8 on the Richter scale.
I gotta come in this show more often, man. I swear.
Yeah.
It's good for my. It's good for my feelings. I swear.
Good for your feelings.
Yeah.
There you go. I gave Salah 4. Okay. How about for Curtis Jones?
No, Cody.
Good.
Or Cody. Excuse me.
Yeah.
1.
Cody. I forgot Cody.
Yeah, of course you forgot. We all forgot Cody.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I did.
It was not existent.
I just set myself up for that one.
Boom.
What was it for Cody?
1 for Cody, man. Cody slows down every attack that we have. He slows everything down. Jesus.
All right. 1. The guy Nolante.
There's another player that's going to be in my bird book. 0.
Wow. I don't think we do zeros. Wow.
We don't do zeros, but okay, yeah. We'll round up to 1, but yes, I got you. I got what you're saying. All right. How about for you, JK?
3.
Agent Cody. 3. All right. Lee.
He was terrible. I'll give him 3.4.
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah, Lee be done
I'm
by.
giving him 2.9 next time.
Yeah. With a
Not
heart.
three.
Come on, 12.
All right.
Do the right thing.
Oh, I did the right thing.
Spike
He's
Lee.
giving him a 9.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. There's,
There you go.
All right. I
There you
respect
go.
that. That's your boy. I
There you go.
respect that.
There you
that's
go.
it, 12,
think
man.
if
No
one
bias
player
here.
suffered
Nobody.
this
Gave
season-
him.
Yeah,
He
if
gave him
one
two.
player has suffered this season from the change in our approach, it is Cozy.
Oh,
He is
Cody.
that guy bona fide.
I know. We got 3 more players because yeah.
You need some milk.
No.
12 wants to rush it on because he thinks Cody's watching.
Not because he knows I gotta go.
Yeah. You
So
never
the
know.
streets
You
is
never
watching. Cody's watching.
Everyone's
yeah,
watching
that's
tonight,
his
bro.
boy.
We're fucked.
know. Curtis Jones. What do
You guys rate him because he was on for 5 minutes, man.
Oh, I have
I
to
would-
rate him. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he was when he came on, the game just collapsed. I'm giving him a -5.
I can't do that, man. I was average
No,
5.
they
I gotta give him
give him
average because there's not enough time
average
to
5.
judge him. 5.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Like,
All right. It's questionable. I didn't say Chiesa. We're not going to rate because Chiesa came on for all of 2 minutes. But
Yeah. Just ignore that. Yeah.
He
you
took a
rate
shot.
Slot too?
yeah.
We have to, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I did give Curtis Jones a 6, if anyone's wondering. All right.
Why?
Why?
6?
Because
Sorry, guys.
like a 6 would be like a D grade or A if we're doing like letter grades. So it's not.
Well, blink if you're on the duress, fam. Like seriously.
Yeah. There you go.
Blink
All right,
twice.
I got you. Arnie Slots. Arnie. La 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 la.
For the subs alone, man. Listen, honestly, I can't blame Arnie 100%, but for those bad subs and the timing of those subs, 3.
Okay. Milante.
A 4 for Mr. Slot. Just, yeah. Team lineup, 1 or 2 you should have changed. And yeah, the sub. So, actually, you know what? Screw it. 2.
Get in there. Get in.
2.
All right.
Get in the line.
Go, JK. What do you give?
You know why I'm going to give him a 2 as well? Because of that first half. What was that all about? Come on.
Desmond in the house.
27% possession at home to at Anfield.
Yeah, but
That's fine.
Nalante, how about the second half? You can't just base on 1 half, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
2.
second half better. But the team,
Yeah, no,
for me,
that's-
he didn't lose us the game. The players did.
Yeah, to be
They
fair.
were
They
doing it.
improved. I mean, I could give him, you know what? 3's my favorite number. I'll change it
Yeah,
to
there
3.
you go.
I'm generous. Yeah. Gotta be honest.
Go ahead, Lee. What was your rating for Mr. La 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 La?
I don't want to be too harsh. It was a noble attempt, and there was a moment where it looked like we might win the match. The first half was shit, but we were just like getting a sort of it where we was getting to grips with what was going on. Fixed it in the second half. It looked good for a while. So it was an almost but nearly there situation. Where we are at the moment and that, like, I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for his efforts.
But end the stream, please. End it.
There's methods in me, man. Fucking hell, we've had one nice performance.
He wants to play against Sunderland. He has to do.
Listen, man.
Okay, he's putting a bit.
Coach, 9 o'clock, Lee. Make sure you're up by 9, mate. Coach will pick you up. Get your boots on, Lee.
If we lose, it's your fault, Lee.
There you go.
How about you, 12? Let's see what you got going on, 12. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
6. That's not happening.
Pit says 9.
I gave him a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
I gave him a 3 out of 10.
Yes. There you go, 12.
Yeah, but when you look at it, the bigger picture, Slot got it right. Okay, first half we were really slow, but second half we took the lead, so we got it right until that point. And then it just sort of collapsed. And that's why I blame the players for that collapse there.
I don't think so.
I'll say, but see, this is where, go ahead. Say what you were going to say. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So I'm just saying I disagree. That's all. I don't want to explain.
No, you know why I disagree with that is why I rated him as a 3 is because Slot got the first half completely wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were doing in the first half. We looked like we were just sleepwalking through the first half. Second half, I give him credit for making obviously some type of adjustments, but where I have to take away that credit that I just gave him is the fact that we had 2 subs, one in the 94th minute and the other in the 85th minute or something like that.
Crazy.
Okay. And the fact is that if you want to go, you could say it's on the players. I get where you're coming off by saying that. But at the same time, the manager has to know what the players have left in the tank. He has to recognize the fact that he's got to make certain adjustments on the pitch to compensate for the fact that players are A, playing out of position, or B, maybe don't have what it takes to get us over the line, much less maybe hold that line, whether it's, whether it is, bring in Endo for Szoboszlai so he can go further up in the pitch to help with the press, or maybe it's at the point when we are down, when we do equalize, bringing in a substitute earlier so that we could try to go for the win, as opposed to, because, he chose not to until like the very last moment to go and do that. So I get where it does, players have to take on responsibility for their actions on the pitch ultimately, but at the same time, I think that the coach has to take it on himself to recognize where he has to make the adjustments on the pitch to compensate for players that don't necessarily have the confidence that we expect from them. They do not have the mentality.
We just didn't have enough on the bench to make any stuff. Usually, like,
Sorry, Lee, I gotta run.
Yeah. When you go ahead, you can make a few substitutions.
Wait, Lee.
Sorry, man. Thanks for having me on the show 12.
No, absolutely.
Day 12, you make it.
Yeah.
I think it was quite positive, wasn't it, tonight? Like us all together, like the 4 and
Lee,
5.
Lee,
There you go. I like it. I like it.
Thanks, fellas.
It's the 5 heartbeats. It's the 5 heartbeats. There you go. The 5 heartbeats.
Much love to all you guys, man.
Nice one, crap, man.
Thanks,
come on next time, man. When you got time,
man,
crap.
I like
like this.
Please, come on, man. Come on, man.
The positivity is good. The positivity is good. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Nice one, crap. All right, man.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know if those remember the 5 heartbeats or not, but
Is that a band?
No, it was a movie.
Right. Sounds maybe like a girl band or something, like, sort of.
No. It was a good movie. It was Robert Townsend made the movie, I think it was. It was about like a band in like the 60s, I want to say. Like around that era, back, like it was very much like the Temptations, basically. You know who they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was that era of bands, like, and he did it was called the 5 Heartbeats, and like, it was a great, they were when all 5 of them were together, it was special. There was one point when it was just the 4 of them, but there's like the 5 of them made the heartbeat really special. And they sing a song. I'll try to remember the song. It's a good song too.
Yeah, I like that era. It's not something like that, like, an expert on, but I love, like, tunes from that era. Like, there's loads of standout tunes from that era of that nature. Like, what do you call it? Doo-wop used to call it, didn't they? Like, the harmonies and that, like.
Yeah. It's a song called "Nights Like This," and it's kind of fitting actually, because nights like this is exactly. It's nights like this. I wish the raindrops would fall, and they kind of. It was raining in this game. There you go.
Early February 26th. What a really shit game for us. What a feeling, what a night.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I didn't know that was where that was going, but okay. All right. Before we get into our karaoke mode of the show, we're almost on 3 hours, so we're gonna try to get as much of this audience participation as possible involved right now. Is there anything you want to bring up in the audience that you wanted to talk about? Is there anything in the panel that you guys want to talk about? We have at least 10 minutes left of the show here that we can rock and roll.
The immediate future for us, like, I'm just hoping that we can regain some sort of composure and at least can make Sunderland sweat on their own pitch because we sure couldn't at bloody Anfield. Remember you showed me that thing, 12th of the Argentinian guy who'd like Liverpool since Independiente played them, and McAllister paid for him to come over from Argentina.
Yeah.
And he turned up, didn't he, for the Sunderland game at Anfield, which is probably one of the worst home games in living memory.
Yeah.
But at least he got to come to Anfield, didn't he?
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. Elvis is the man. Jackson 5. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the Jackson 5 aren't the Jackson 5 without Michael Jackson. So look at it that way. Some would argue New Edition isn't New Edition without Rob Tresvant, but or maybe some might say otherwise. But anyhow, anything you want to bring up, panel? Anything you want to talk about? Anything that we haven't talked about already that you wanted to bring up, maybe? Tears for
Champions League thing about us doing well in the Champions League looks less likely now, doesn't it? I was hoping today might be a turning point so we could get a few wins on the spin. It hasn't worked out, but you've got it in, and that's usually the sign. Like, if a team's got anything about it whatsoever, that they respond from bad knocks, and this is one we're going to have to respond from. And we definitely need 3 points next time out because anything less just won't do.
I got a song. Yeah, we'll sing. I'm going to try to make this. Tears for Fears is a good band, by the way. Everybody wants to win the Prem. How about that? We'll do
it just won't be us.
Everybody wants to
this year.
win the Prem. The remix. There you go.
Good night, Wiz Kids. Good night, mate. Yep.
Or maybe we could go, everybody wants to win the Champions League, unless you're Arsenal. That's a stray. We're just trying to have some fun. Because
they'll do it one day. Don't worry about that. They'll do it one day, whether we're still alive or our children or grandchildren alive at that point. I'm not quite sure, but they will win it one day.
One day. Definitely. Shout out to those that are calling it a night. But giving a shout out to you before you take off. Big up. Thanks for joining us, Lee WizKid in the house. What else is on your mind? We got about like I said, we got a few minutes left. We can talk about anything that the audience wants to take into account, something they want to get off their chest. If you want to talk about my ratings, you can talk about my ratings, I guess. I don't know.
Someone mentioned Easter, one of our best wins over Man City away years ago in the early 80s. Sammy Lee scored 2, I think. I think we won 4-1. He scored this outrageous, sort of like bit like Dom's from far out, but a bit different. He spanked it into the top corner, and that was a good Easter Monday win at Man City.
Yeah.
For me, bro, the future. I think majority of us have not gone OTT with want Slot out and stuff like that, but it's come to a point now where we have to make a change. But that roundtable interview just put me off that he's getting sacked soon. For me, I'd rather win today than him getting sacked. I want to win every game as a Liverpool manager, as a Liverpool fan. So, what's the plan now? We're in 6th position, same as Brentford, points wise, 4 behind Chelsea. Pretty rough. But how many behind Arsenal? 17?
17.
So, lost count.
Whoa, come on.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for Liverpool manager. Sorry, but that's the way it is. The way football is nowadays. You could be in a job 1 minute, next second you're out. Rolling the ball, 4 games.
Shorter now, isn't it? The length of time managers get, and he done that wonderful stuff and that, but I can't really get it into my head that they're watching this, how it's gone this season, and think we'll carry on like this next season. I would like to think the decision's already been made to replace him. I don't think we're ever going to sack him mid-season. And I still don't think it'll happen. Yeah. But he's got to leave. He hasn't got the answers. Like, there's no way this guy's got the answers that we can come back next season refreshed and anew with different players and some back from injury and triumph. Not under this guy, mate. It ain't going to happen.
It could have happened this season if he didn't try to control the game too much. You know, like when you're trying to control a game of football, it's impossible, really, unless you've got the players capable of doing that, keeping hold of the ball, like the old Pep Guardiola teams, Barcelona and stuff like that, and Liverpool.
That's what he said is like model was as a coach when at Guardiola, the control, the possession. And he's tried to do that this season by changing us, and it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah, but bro, you know what? How come? Like, it's a resurging habit of ours that the last 12 to 15 minutes of the game, we give the opposition the ball more. Like, there must be a tactic change there by the manager. Slow it down. You know, it ain't like get the ball, get the second goal, so we can breathe for the last 7 minutes. He didn't think like that. He's not a poker player in that way. His safe gamble is we start off slow, and then second half we surprise them. And he did that right today, I believe. Because if he's going to go with that tactic, where I'm like that 5-1 Arsenal game where under Brendan Rodgers, where we just smashed them in 14 minutes type of fan. And that's what Liverpool is.
Some would argue we start out slow and then what's his tactic? We go even slower. But some might say
but today, bro, the first half and second half, different ball game. The second half, we should have scored at least 3 goals. We just looked better second half. It was just it was a bit like last season. Remember last season where he sort of first half, first gear, second gear, then after the halftime chit chat, they came out and we used to win games and stuff. It's not happened for him like that this season. So this Sunderland game coming up now, I can't believe I'm here sitting here talking about we're going to Sunderland, Stadium of Light, and we're sort of worried about these guys. Fucking hell. Like, come on. Helio said early on in the chat that Sunderland haven't lost at home all season, bro.
They are tough at home.
They ain't lost. So let's do that thing where, where a guy who hasn't scored all season comes to Anfield and he fucking scores. Yeah. Let's do that to them now. Let's say, okay, these guys haven't lost all season. Let's go and fucking
Bernardo Silva hasn't scored all season. I don't think.
There you go.
I think that was his first
at Anfield.
I think that was his first goal. I think that was his first goal in this season in the Prem, at least.
It was the perfect script, wasn't it? Like the player we ate the most from them gets the equaliser. Sobo gets sent off late on. Give away that type of pen. You know what I mean? It was just like
it was messy, bro. It was too messy for my liking. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I know we haven't really talked about the bigger picture here. But that game today was it a 6.8? It was because of the way Chelsea and United are sort of putting their foot down recently. If them two teams were still messing around, we're sound. But them two have sort of stepped up as well now, and they're pretty poor anyway. I don't know how long this United surge will carry on, but we got to be really careful now in that way where we've let 3 points go today. We didn't beat Burnley. So all these games at Anfield, we're getting these type of results, bro. We haven't won at Anfield we beat Newcastle. But other than that, we've been poor at home this season.
No, it's going to be out of our hands soon. Like, we're going to be relying on others making mistakes, and that's not where you want to be. Late in the season, it's the last third of the season now, and we don't want to be relying on other teams and getting results. We've just got to start getting results.
I was going to ask real quick. I was going to ask, why did the Everton Manchester United game get postponed? Does anyone know?
Which game?
The Everton Manchester United.
When's that for?
It was originally for the 21st, and now it's postponed until the 23rd.
Lee said he couldn't play on the 21st, so they said, "All right, we'll leave it for you."
Oh, I see. You got the new bit on your side, yeah. Okay.
Everton Monday to Wednesday.
What astonished me now is before my time for Man United before they got relegated. That 71-72 season, they had to play a home game at Anfield because their fans have been doing a lot of fighting with rival fans because their team had got that bad and was about to get relegated that very season. And they had to play a home game at Anfield because there was too much fighting at Old Trafford.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you look at United now, what it is, they're on it, and they beat Tottenham 2-0. Romario, the defender, he as soon as he got sent off, I thought, you know what, United are winning this, and it happened. Hence why I never rated him as a football player. He's the type of guy you're winning 1-0 in the Champions League final, and what would happen? He would pull someone's shirt in the penalty box last minute, get sent off, and they'll get an equaliser and beat us in extra time. You don't have that in your club if you want to be a top club. So hence why, for me, Romario ain't a top player.
It pains me to say it, but United's back-to-back wins over City and Arsenal were very impressive, and that has set them on the right course.
And Tottenham as well, bro. You can add Tottenham to that list.
And
they ain't beat the poor teams. They've done it against sort of big teams, you know what I mean? So
I remember in the summer we were talking about, could United get Champions League? And not very many people in the comments or amongst us talking about it thought they'd get Champions League this season. And they might not have if Amarin would have stayed, but they've surpassed expectations recently. I was impressed with those back-to-back wins that they did.
Apparently, the game was moved because it was moved to accommodate live television broadcasting on Sky Sports.
Oh.
So Manchester United are going to get. They're not playing it because Manchester United aren't in. Everton certainly aren't in anything worthwhile talking about. They're not in Europe, and Manchester United aren't in Europe currently. So, and they're not in any of the domestic cup competitions.
Yeah, but the new fixtures, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Sky Sports tried to buy Manchester United in about 1995, 96? But the government stepped in and said it'd be too much of a monopoly, if you own United and you're the football channel. And they were having it.
Absolutely.
But commentary-wise and decisions-wise, it was Man United's league, wasn't it? Everything was going for them. Referee, Fergie time, all that sort of shenanigans. You know what I mean? So imagine that. The commentary would be so biased.
Man, weren't they were all. He played them well, Fergie with the rest. You've got to give him that. They were scared of him, for sure.
Oh, Fergie was the top manager. Yeah.
All right. Let's not do a little reach around for Fergie here.
Pass the ball on the brother.
Even if he's lying on the floor after having a brain hemorrhage and he's left his heating on and it's costing him money. Sorry, that was a joke.
Well, yeah. The next game is a very high likelihood that we'll see Manchester United push on to win their 5th game in a row, possibly, and it's going to be up against West Ham. So all we can say is bring up to Bowen. Maybe he can bring something. I don't know. Not much you can say about West Ham this season. Chelsea welcome Leeds. Leeds are. I don't think Leeds have. What's Leeds' record lately? Leeds
they lost United.
Yeah, but it's been checkered. They had 2 wins. The past 5, they had 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
Yeah.
So.
You know what?
I'm just trying to see where we can make up some points. Basically, is where I'm looking.
Leeds showed up against us, but was it Man City the other day? They got battered. Or was it Newcastle? No, Arsenal. Arsenal battered them 4-0, didn't they? And we couldn't even beat them twice. We couldn't even beat them. Come on, man.
Yeah, just new lows to our season. New lows. That's all it is.
Yeah. Not looking is definitely as the kids say, it's looking dark or it's peak out here. It's
bunker mentality now, isn't
How
it?
about this? Maybe, West Ham is a team that has just won against Burnley, 2-0 victory against Burnley just recently. Maybe they have some confidence. They can show and prove in front of their home fans, maybe. Leeds, again, just beat 3-1 over Forest. Maybe they go in with a little bit of pep in their step to go. They play at the Bridge, which is a difference. Manchester United will be playing at West Ham. But, yeah, it's not looking good. Who's Brentford play? Brentford's going to be playing against we can all hope for it. Oh, wow. That's horrible. We can't hope for that, actually.
Arsenal.
Yeah, they've faced against Arsenal at home. Ugh.
Arsenal win the league, bro. So when you look at it, if they're playing Chelsea, United, whoever who's involved in the top 4 race, they're beat on, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So, but we've made it, it's been our own sort of fault that we've allowed this sort of situation to happen. Definitely our home form. I think it's been terrible. Norman goes to the games. He could tell us more, but as champions, you make sure you win at home. Yeah, that's the main thing, and we haven't done that. Why? Because of the way Slot looks at a game. He's like first gear, second gear, and then you can put your foot down for a bit, third, fourth gear, and then that's about it. Then slow it down again at the end, and then in that time he slows it down again and puts it in first gear. The other opposition put their foot down and beat us or whatever. And that's it.
At the moment, it's looking more likely that we'll be able to catch Chelsea than United for that 5th place, unless, as I said before, Villa fall off a bit like in the final months.
We must persevere and make sure that Manchester United get knocked out of that top 5. Real quick, Arne Slot's comments on the game. What'd you say? Go ahead. I spoke over.
Yeah, I don't care if they're in the top 5 as long as we're in it too, which is something we really have to do for next season. I don't think we won't be able to attract players, but we might not be able to attract the players that we want if we're stuck in the Europa League for next season, because it is quite some demotion from the Champions League to what the Europa League is now. We've all seen how it's depreciated in its.
No, you're right. Yeah, and it's
you know what I mean?
Quality. It's quality level play.
And it will be a tough one for us, right? But
when it comes to Arne Slot's comments on the game, he said he felt City were better in the first half, but created few big chances. Liverpool improved after the break and pressed well. He believes Liverpool have improved a lot compared to their meeting with City a few months ago. But results still need to match performances. He said, disappointed with the late equalizer, said Liverpool had control after going 1 up before a deflected cross led to the goal. He spoke on how he highlighted the positives from the second half performance, but admitted the team keeps conceding late goals. Downplayed Szoboszlai's red card discussion, instead pointed to Salah's one-on-one chance and felt refereeing decisions didn't favor Liverpool. Expects Joe Gomez to miss the Sunderland game, so Ross the Crab was correct in stating that earlier. And overall verdict, frustrating result despite encouraging points, despite encouraging performance and signs of progress. That's what the coach had to say about this game. We are at a conundrum, right? An impasse, right? Is that how they say it? And we need to figure it out quick as to what is the right foot forward, because right now, it is not. Right now, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back with this team.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. That's what it is. Because them 2 defeats, Bournemouth and City, if you got 6 points there, it'll be looking good.
Yeah.
Even Smokey agrees.
Yeah, even Smokey knows that. Yep. He's saying the same as all of us. Look.
He was disappointed today, bro.
He should be. He should be. We sit
Oh,
4
man.
points off of Chelsea. We sit 5 points off of Manchester United. We're about to go to Sunderland next in our next game. Chelsea, I gave their opponent, and I gave Manchester United's opponents. 2 teams that are both not necessarily not Manchester United and Chelsea, but 2 teams are facing West Ham and Leeds are all teams fighting for their lives at the bottom end of the table, but teams that are more likely than other that Manchester United and Chelsea possibly could get wins against. If they're able to get W's in that game, top 5 could move from 4 points to 7 points if we were to lose and they were to win. So it becomes now the results have to be W. And I don't mean a website. I mean it has to be W's for us going forward.
We have to show that extra bit more spirit and fight, don't we, at important times, for us to be able to finish in the Champions League placings. It is looking ropey now, like at the moment, but hopefully we can sort that out. It is still in our own hands to a large extent, like what happens, but that won't be the case if we carry on losing for another couple of weeks. It'll be right out of our hands at that point.
It'll be out of our hands.
Relying on charity.
Yeah, be out of our hands. For us to go back to a state where we won the league and then not it's one thing not to win the league back to back, because I know plenty of players and pundits has spoken on how difficult that is, but it's not an impossibility, but it is difficult. But I would even go as far as but to have won the league and in the very next year, after making £450 million worth of quote unquote improvements to your team, to then be 6 spots off of where you were. I remember that table I brought up last year, or that table I brought in last episode. And I think we were 17 points or 18 points, 18-point difference in where we were last year at this moment, as opposed to this year. It's a 18-point. The only team that's had a worse swing is Nottingham Forest, basically. So it hurts to talk about. So therefore, we're going to be bringing this episode to a close. Shout out to the streets, aka Rasta Crab, Bajan Reds, and I saw Chris was in the chat too. Shout out to Chris if he's still listening. What is it that you'd like to say to the chat before we bounce? Or if yes, do you have any words that can maybe motivate? Do you have words that need to be said with some tough love? The floor is yours. I'll give the floor to Lee first.
Sorry, I just went through the.
I'm just saying, just give your any words of wisdom you have, or anything inspiring, or you want to say something
encouraging.
You want to say, yeah? Do you want to do tough love? You can do tough love and just be.
No, it does look really bleak at the moment, and it has done for a while now. A couple of months ago, I was saying this is a must-win game. This is a must-win game. And the reason I was saying it is I didn't want to be embarrassed by how many points behind the champions we finished. But now that's not my concern at all. Now my concern is that we've got to start winning games or we won't even be in the Champions League, which would have been unthinkable in the summer. But now it's a massive reality. I just hope that the players have got enough inside them, enough spirit and fight to get it over the line anyway, and take us to where we need to be for next season. Because it will alter the landscape a bit if we don't get there.
Okay. How about for you, JK? Tough love, words of wisdom.
Oh, what can we do now, bro? Needed a win today. So, look, the Sunderland games could be Slot's last one if he didn't get it right. So, yeah. Bless up the chat as always. And Rasta Krabby was on earlier, Lee, Nalante, and yourself, yeah. Oh, bless up, Lee. Wizkid. Have a good night, bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about for you, Nalante? No. Nothing for Nalante. Nalante, you're off of mute, but it's not nothing's going on with your mic. Take care, Norm. We'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you soon, if not tomorrow, Norm. Just hoping we get some awe-inspiring words of wisdom or upliftment from our brethren, our res brethren, Nalante, hanging on a cliff here.
We've had a lot of must-win games lately, but this one at the Stadium of Light now becomes a massive must-win if we're to hold on to hope of keeping up with United and Chelsea. Hopefully we can do it, but the way this season's been going, I'm not overly confident about that. But we just have to keep the faith, and hope things improve. I mean, we've been hoping that for a long time now, and they haven't. But things have a way of turning sometimes. We do need a little bit more fortune at times. I thought we were unfortunate tonight the way the equaliser happened with the deflection of McAllister's thigh. But there's just things to bitch about, when you haven't won really. We didn't get no luck. We didn't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what we're gonna do really for the rest of the season. I just hope we've got enough in us, and we've got enough good players there. If in the summer we can bring some more in, there's a skeleton of a really good team there. We just need to flesh it out a bit. And for me, that would have to be with a different manager as well, though, next season. Because I don't think Arne will ever get us near the league title again if we keep him here next season and beyond.
Okay. One more try. I'm trying to hang out just so that Malante could at least give his parting words.
Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Again, I don't know what to say next, man. It's just another defeat, and prayers and salutations to this team, man, because time's ticking, and there's a possibility, like I said, no Champions League, 450 mil spent. So I don't know. Just big up and we move. That's it.
All right. It's not an easy place to be, for sure.
Our team managed to sack much later in the season than this in me time, but I'm not sure if we're going to do that with Arnie.
But the thing is, the club is so into their data, with the data top dogs and stuff like that. They should look at the data of our form since January last year. Yeah.
That's what gives me hope that things are going to change, that they've been looking at this and got the pay to do that. That's their bloody job. So I can't see any situation where Arnie's going to be here next season beyond him winning the Champions League, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, but don't you reckon, Lee, that it's a bit of a gamble? Because next season, this level of footballer needs to be playing Champions League. You know what I mean? Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, Isaac, them boys need to be playing Champions League football. So
They
hence why the
do,
club.
but I'm not worried that like they'd want to leave because of it.
No,
They'd
they
give
wouldn't
us
want to
that much
leave.
grace to be
No.
out of it for one season and then return, but it's not good. No, it's not good.
It's not good,
So,
bro.
where
No.
we're meant to be going and where we hope we were
You
going.
never
as
know.
well.
You never know. I mean, that says I know that Tonali is talking about leaving Newcastle simply because of that reason. Because they're most likely not going to be in Champions League next season. So his agent's out there talking up
Already, yeah.
you know,
The thing
trying to
with them is
incorporate.
they've only been in it about twice in the last back in 15 years or something like. So he's right, but with Liverpool, like it's usually just one season we're not in it. Like at least in recent times, anyway.
No, but Lee, bro, I cannot fathom the thought of us not playing Champions League next season. Come on, that's criminal. With the amount we spent last summer, I was on about winning the Premier League again. Forget about top 5, top 4. You know, hence why the club has to make a decision now because this league form can't continue, and that's what's been Arne Slot sort of downfall in Europe. Sound got 3rd position in the league, sorted, no problem.
Yeah.
Even though we got battered by PSV 4-1 at home in that run.
Yeah.
And that was a big major thing as well.
Yeah.
So is it over giving to the players too much information all the time? This. Kirke's like, you can see in Kirke's display, he sort of thought, fuck that, I'm doing what I used to do before for Bournemouth. And since he's done that, what's happened? He's sort of settled in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't overcomplicate a footballer who signed, a new player that signed to a club. You got to just let him do what he was doing at his old club. But the manager can tell him in which sort of areas he wants him to do it from. Simple. You know? The reason we bought Kirkes from Bournemouth was because of what he's sort of been doing recently, getting the ball, running, getting the ball in, crossing the ball more, stuff like that. So I blame Arne Slot for that one, where certain players were not brought in cleanly. It was a bit of a rough ride, man, for some of them. But the league, the league situation, man, it's too much.
Sorry, I saw some. Yeah, I think he's a Rough Rider. DMX is Rough Rider, right?
Yep, I've seen DMX.
Yeah. He used to, well, rest in peace, but yeah, he used to live in Arizona actually.
Oh, okay.
All right, people. I don't know if what I have to say is going to be seen as uplifting or tough love, but the truth is this, my Reds. This wasn't humiliation, so don't let the trolls like SBO, whatever his name is, bring you down, because you know he can hardly spell, much less even get the scores right. So that's it. That is what it is. But I will say that it was a lot worse for us, because it's a reminder of the margins this team still needs to make up to be a serious contender in the Premier League. We showed enough to win, but we didn't have enough to control the game out, and nowhere near enough to kill off this game. When you look at teams like City and you allow for those types of teams like City to breathe, they don't ask twice, they act. And that's what we saw happen. And the frustrating part, and this is the truth, the frustrating part is at times you can see the process or the progress. You can see the structure maybe. You can see signs of structure. You can definitely overwhelmingly see the talent. But you can also see the hesitation. You can also see the procrastination. And that hesitation is the one thing elite sides will take advantage of the most. And it's not even just elite teams now. It's squads and just teams that would bite your hand off for a draw at Anfield And now they're coming to Anfield thinking they can get W's at Anfield. I don't believe top 5 is gone. But nights like this, like the 5 heartbeats say, they turn comfortable into scrap. You have Liverpool in just that, a scrap heap. And it's not a comfortable place to be. We'll see who this team really is over the next run of fixtures. I know we've been saying that time and time again. Sunderland will be a very big wake-up call for us in that it'll be possibly, in some people's mind, maybe the final straw that breaks the camel's back.
The final countdown, bro.
There's no straws left.
It's the final.
That one's already been broken.
Okay.
We're hanging on to Lee's stories now.
Yeah.
Look, bro, in the
We're
time,
hanging on 1936.
Yeah. And 1986.
Yeah.
you know, like the time sort of where he sort of got sorted the stuff out in that way. We went on that long run, but since that long run's finished, we've lost 2 games. You know, that's 6 points there. Them 6 points now would be nice.
Yeah,
So
it would be nice.
he's not doing great. He
No, it
ain't
wouldn't.
great in the league. For me, the Premier League is Champions League football next year.
No, it's
Guaranteed.
not doing great. But then again, like, you're right. The PR piece is poor timing. The fact that, you know, we had content creators, I'm not going to mention all their names, but, you know, some of the big name content creators out there that were doing this whole wax lyrical about trying to make us feel positive about the unbeaten streak. Heck, if that unbeaten streak was a win streak as opposed to an unbeaten streak, guess what? We're sitting outside, you know, top place within points. But that's not the case. We're now looking at top place. We're looking at top place as saying, hey, 17 points. So mentality isn't built in just big wins. It's built from the losses and the wins. And you've got to come out with some silver lining from this as a collective and figure out how to pull up your bootstraps and stand up and carry on. We're going to see what happens, people. We're going to see what happens. But with that, we go again. And I can't say enough. Thank you for the 50 people in the chat. Still 50 people in the chat. So, like, shout out to all of you in the chat. Big up. And just keep showing the support, you know, for this channel and for our Reds too as well. So we'll look for you to be with us tomorrow. We'll have a show ready to rock. I am going to take myself to get something to eat and then probably go or get some wings, you know, some buffalo wings maybe, and some nachos or something. Sit myself down to watch this Super Bowl and hopefully pray for better days, you know? So, again, thanks to Lee, thanks to JK, thanks to Lante, thanks to Rasta Crab, who joined us for a surprise, but always welcome showing on the show. And yeah, thank you for joining us. And until tomorrow, up the Reds each and every time. And again, keep your heads up, my Reds. Keep your heads up. As long as we got each other, we have a future. So let's make it all happen. Take care, guys.